Oh. Thank you to followers between streams, to Thorin Oak. And I'll be right back with water. I do want a sandwich, thank you. What's up, Benish? Alrighty. Oof. It was hot in my room all day. Now that the sun is down, it's freezing cold in my room. I hate that. Well, I don't hate it. I love to get snuggled up under the covers, but you know what I mean. See, last second check. I feel like I have to check every single time to see if my microphone is full blast like it should be, and it's not. It goes down. I put it at 100 every single time, and then it, like, I just saw it was at 88. It's like, why does it do that? I wouldn't even know how to fix that. Maybe it's like every single time my mic peaks, it automatically lowers its own volume or something? I don't know. That's so weird. Alright. But as we all know, last time on Yuri Nurses, we left off with our main character having done Itsuki's route. Give me just a second to pull up my model. Alright. Anyway, we had done Itsuki's route, and it was a relatively short route, but the gist of it was, Itsuki kept on trying to bring back the old Asuka because she was in love with the old Asuka, and then me as the main character, because I went down her route, I fell in love with her too, and then at the end she tried to rip my clothes off. You forgot to mention what? Lori? Oh, now I have to turn off your tab. Because I don't want to be watching myself twice. You're just in time. I was explaining what happened on the previous episode of Nurse Love Addiction. Welcome everybody. I hope you had a great stream. Partner bought you a Switch last weekend. Nice. Now you can play Animal Crossing with us. Joined to rip my clothes off. Well, this is for a little bit of backstory, this is the sequel to a Yuri Nurse visual novel that I played last year called Nurse Love Syndrome. And now I'm playing the sequel, which I mistakenly played first, which is known as Nurse Love Addiction. And, I mean, it's Yuri, it's nurses. I got to bang my teacher in one route. I got to do weird things to my sister in another route, but it's okay. She's not actually my sister because I'm adopted. Oh, true. I think I already have Lori added on the Switch. Last night we did, you could see this character here is the teacher. This one is your little sister. This is you, the main character, me. This is Itsuki, who is the girl whose route we played last night, and this is Sakia, who is the girl whose route we played tonight. So, for all of you who are going to stick around so I can catch you up, when I was a little girl, I was in this research facility along with these other three girls, in order to research mystical magical powers such as healing hands, which is basically this godlike power to heal someone of a minor wound. So we were all in this facility together. These two and I were friends when we were children, and they didn't know that she existed because she was a secret kid inside of the laboratory. When the laboratory burned down, we found each other, we left, we got adopted. I was getting terrible, terrible nightmares, so she used one of her powers to erase my memories. And as a result, slowly over time, my memories are starting to come back, and then the game as we know it right now is where that all comes to a head, and things start changing and things start happening. I'm hearing a lot of root. Oh yeah, I was saying that the other day too, Lori. Like, I have my VTuber, well, I have my personal profile on my Switch, and then I started adding a lot of people for like Mario Kart. I'm like, I probably should have created a separate profile, because now I just have like all of my friends and all of these random Japanese people as friends on my Switch. But yeah, where we left off was the last route, which generally in a dating simulator, you know, each route is different. because you, as the main character, make choices that change things so you fall in love with different characters. The last route was with the green-haired girl, Itsuki. We fell in love, and the general gist of the route was she was trying to bring back my old memories so I could be my old self because she was in love with me when we were kids. But instead, I basically say, I'm my own woman, and she's like, okay, that's hot. And then she loves me. Now, this girl is the girl whose route we're doing last because, and it's reiterated in the other two girls' routes, that we were in love with each other when we were kids. So naturally, I have to save the one true pairing for last. You had a separate profile for Mario Kart. Ah, okay. Yeah, the profile that I'm friends with you on is just everything. I use it for everything. So anyway, let's get this show on the road. We will be loading up Sakuya's route at the beach episode because that's where the scenes start to diverge. And I'll try to explain as best as I can along the way to those who are new. So in this scene, if we don't open the door, we go down our teacher's route, but if we open the door, we don't go down the teacher's route. So this is a bit of a formality here. We skip to the beach episode, where it's basically, you know, a flag raising event. Who are you going to choose whose route you're going to go down? We've already chosen Nao, we've already chosen Itsuki. Now we need to choose Sakuya.
名前より先に胸って言いそうになったそんなお姉ちゃん残酷だよそこで決めるなんて違うよいいっていいって昨夜の胸は Oh,
another thing to add is that the girl whose route we're going down and the green-haired girl, they're dating right now. So we basically become a homewrecker. No one can help but bend a knee to the conqueror's breasts. Okay. You're disappearing? No problemo. Thank you very much for the raid, and I hope you have a good recuperation. Miss Sakuya remains steadfastly silent. Oh, things have gotten messy. It was my honest opinion. Nothing against Nao or Miss Itsuki, but Miss Sakuya in her bathing suit had been the most dazzling. I'd thought this with all my heart. Long time ago, when I came to the sea with my grandma, we made a Christmas tree on the beach. We built a mountain out of sand and decorated it with seashells and seaweed. On the top, we placed a dried, parched starfish carcass to complete it. The starfish is the star of the sea. Grandma was the one who taught me that. I remember my picture book, The Girl Who Chased Stars. How to Catch a Star. If it was how to catch a starfish, it would have been pretty easy. I'm standing on the beach. The sound of the waves seemed to be calling to me. The never-ending continuous voice of the sea. I gaze out at the distant horizon and listen to the sound of the calling waves. That's right. In my dream, after this, I hear a voice behind me. Called, I turn around. Next to the beach parasol, Miss Sakuya holds something in her hand. Mm,
私は準備中よ。
preparing? I wonder what for.
よかったら手伝うけど。どうしたの？いえ、そうね。ならこれを膨らますの協力してもらえる？
Saying this, she holds up the object in her hand. It's made from vinyl and is folded up.
もちろんいいよ。ありがとう。でも一つ言っておくわ。何？今から私のことを少しでも笑ったり面白がったりしたら絶対に許さない。この世の果てまでも追い詰めて全身全霊でもって笑ったことを後悔させるわ。私の誇りにかけて必ずね。
Wow, that's quite a lot of pressure. I'm scared. But why would I laugh at Miss Sakia?
笑わないよ。よくわかんないけど。そうならこれ。
She points into the air inlet opening on the vinyl object. Gee, I wonder what we're gonna blow up at the beach.
空気入れを忘れたの。一人で膨らませるのは大変だから交代でしてもらえるかしら。オッケー。
It's folded up so I can't tell, but perhaps it's a beach ball. Wait, hold on. More importantly, if we take turns blowing it up, that means I look at the air inlet opening.
これはか
An indirect kiss!
か
Miss Sakia looks at me questioningly. She doesn't seem to realize, or if she does, she doesn't seem to care. Maybe the latter. I mean, she is pretty amazing.
なんでもない。
I shake my head furiously.
気にしすぎ気にしすぎ。こんなのナオちゃんとだって何度もあるし。
Yeah, I've kissed my sister loads of times. Wait a minute. I tell myself this, but still, I am a little nervous.
そうなら少し待っていて。
Miss Sakia wraps her lips around the air inlet. Even though I tell myself not to think about it, I can't help looking at her lips. My heart pounds. Come on, there's no reason for me to get so excited. Frankly, I'm acting like a pervert. Calm down. Compose yourself. Wait. Look at the expanding vinyl object we pass between each other.
あれ？
It's an inner tube. There's no... You don't gotta build it up.
でも
And then... Miss Sakia is holding a swimming ring with a flower pattern on it. That's cute. Although her proportions look really weird in this picture. Yeah, hold on. How do I...
くり
Her proportions look so off in this picture. That just looks weird. This!
何？なんでも？危ない。今声かけられなかったら笑っちゃうところだった。完璧に。
I mean, come on, this is pretty impactful stuff.
ええ。さくやさんってもしかして泳ぎが苦手とか？そうとも言うかもしれないわね。強がってる。意味もなく。あ、それとも照れ隠しかな。
Thinking this, I suddenly see Miss Sakia in an adorable light.
似合ってるよ。やめて。ごめん。
What do you say at a time like this? I think and think.
私でよかったら泳ぎ教えようか？アスカが？私もそんな上手じゃないから簡単にしか教えられないけどね。それは
Miss Sakia bites her tongue as she looks thoughtful. Her cheeks are flushed red.
じゃあお願いするわ。2度目。言ったはずよ。 少しでも笑ったら絶対に許さないと。なのにさくやさんを笑ったんじゃないよ。
That doesn't count.
そうならいいけれど。
I see. Miss Sakia can't swim. She's a well-bred girl, distinguished, beautiful, and she even has big breasts, with all those winning qualities to her. To know that there's this other side to her, it's nice. Although I couldn't tell her that. Miss Sakia removes the floating ring from her body and stands up. Had she done it here to see whether or not I would laugh? That was a close call. I smile to myself and look up into the shockingly blue sky.
ねえ、今日は日帰りだからここから星見れないね。え？
Miss Sakia looks as if she's been caught by surprise. The stars seen from the beach must have been beautiful, even if they'd still seem far off in the distance. I'd like to see them someday. Yes, hopefully together with someone.
私、泊まりで来たことなくて、海で見るとかしたことないんだ。そう。さくやさんはある？あるわ。昔ね。あ、いつきさんとだ。大切な思い出よ。
There seems to be an odd tone to her voice. And so, we swim and play to our heart's content. And then we get yakisoba, and we can start skipping through the scenes again. Can I skip to... I can skip to the next option. Because this option is to stay in the room with Sakuya, which we do. And then pretty soon after this, things start to diverge. She says to go. We go and meet up with her. But that should be enough flags raised. She's sick. Sakuya comes over while she's sick to teach her some stuff. Alright, we have to get stabbed too. I forgot about that. How could I forget about the stabbing? So here up on the roof, Sakuya kisses us. Strangely enough, this is part of the common route. So we get kissed by Sakuya. And then we get stabbed. Then we wake up in our bed after a day and a half, and our sister is like, "Damn, I thought you would never wake up. I found you without a stab wound. What are you talking about? There was no blood everywhere, and I had to clean that up." And then we should be getting into the story proper in just a few scenes, because she's gonna give us the USB stick. We go and yeah, we go to the karaoke parlor. Then she gives us the USB stick. Then we access the USB stick and it says wait 6 months or wait half a year. Same difference. 6 of one, half a dozen of another. Literally. Sakuya's mom died. Yep, she's late. Bathing breast cancer patients. Yeah, she's debating with herself about what happened 6 months ago. So now she's gonna go confront Itsuki after this nightmare. Then after she confronts Itsuki, Itsuki's like, damn, you were fucked with. We're gonna get there in a sec. Is this a new scene? I think this is a new scene. Sakuya coming to wake us up? Okay. I have a dream that night. When I wake up the next morning, I've almost completely forgotten about it. Just a vague image remains, like a faraway memory. I vaguely feel as if I met someone in my dream. But it's so vague.
Asuka, 起きなさい、Asuka。起きる時間よ。なおちゃん、あとちょっと。ダメよ。学校に遅刻するわ。早く起きて、顔洗ってシャンとして着替えなさい。なおちゃん、着替えさせて。なおは毎朝こんなことを繰り返してるのかしら。
Huh? This voice.
起きなさい、アスカ。それと、私はナオじゃない、サクヤよ。サクヤ？
I'm jolted awake at once.
おはよう、アスカ。やっと起きたわね。どういうこと？なんでサクヤが私の部屋に？と、ナオに頼まれたのよ。メールで。と、ナオちゃんに？
And that's where we are.
クリ？
Looking around the room, I don't see Nao anywhere. I don't hear any sounds from the kitchen either. The reason, again, the reason why when I skip, I kind of have to go back a little bit to see if we're actually on a new scene is because I've played this game before and I don't know how to delete like the internal save data. So when I skip, it'll stop at new text because that's generally how visual novels will work is when you skip through it, when you reach new text. It'll stop skipping and it'll let you read it, but because I've already seen all the text in this game, it just keeps skipping. I do notice that breakfast has been prepared for me, waiting for me on the table.
休養ができて部屋を出たけれど、姉を起こすのを忘れたとね。幸い鍵もかけずに出たから入れるはずということだったわ。朝食は用意してきてあるから、それを食べさせて。姉を遅刻しないようにさせてほしいと。そうだったんだ。毎朝こんな調子なの？5分は声をかけ続けたわ。ごめん、サクヤ。
You're late, Liddy. You didn't miss too much. We just had the beach scene and now Sakuya is waking us up. I apologize to her as I'm getting out of bed. Sakuya is looking at me suspiciously.
何？サクヤ。それよ。サクヤ？私の呼び方。さんが消えてる。呼び捨てになってるわ。本当だ。ごめん。謝る必要はないけれど。そもそもこちらは呼び捨てにしてるのに。私はさん付けで呼ばれていたのがおかしな話だし。でも、なぜ急に？なんでだろう。
I tilt my head, but then I realize.
あ、夢だ。夢？そう、はっきり覚えてないんだけど、夢の中でね。私、ずっとサクヤサクヤって呼んでて、それが自然。だったような。そうなの。どうしようか。好きに呼べばいいわ。好きにって本当かな。じゃあ。
Stop using the miss, because if you just give her a nickname to avoid the fact that you wanna Call her by her first name and get back to the old life so you can kiss her like you used to. Stop using miss. I'll just call her Sakuya. Thinking about it, I did once call her that without realizing before summer vacation at the karaoke place, when I told her I liked her. Maybe that's why. But she did explicitly tell me to call her whatever I like. I guess it's okay. We've known each other for more than a year already, after all. For those of you who don't really know Japanese culture, to call someone a name without an honorific being like the san or the chan or the kun at the end of someone's name, that shows very, very high familiarity. So if you meet someone for the first time and you just call them by their name, that's incredibly rude. Which is why you would add like a san, which is gender neutral, chan is for girls, kun is largely for boys, but it's all kind of interchangeable depending on your relationship. That's how I called out to her in my dream. I don't know what kind of dream it was exactly, but for some reason I do remember that aspect of it distinctly. She felt so close, and it felt so natural. Another cute little fun fact is married couples will call each other anata, which basically just means you, because they're on already such a deep connection that it's just like, hey, you. It's like, yes? Of course, not every couple is going to do that. And of course, every relationship is going to be different, even going back to the regular honorifics, but it's something to consider. Also, another fun fact about honorifics, if you were to speak to a sumo wrestler, you could use the suffix zeki. So if I were to talk to, Enho, I could call him Enho Zeki. And that's basically that's a sumo wrestler specific honorific. That sounds rude. Hey you. No, it's a special you. It's like, hey you. Yeah, that's something I learned recently too, and you would only call salaried wrestlers that. You don't use it for unsalaried wrestlers. Because they're not pro sumo wrestlers just yet. I can't help calling her name without any real meaning. That's a cute giggle. I laugh bashfully. I nod my head as I say this and obediently sit down at the table. I start eating with a sense of gratitude. G. Mogu mogu mogu. G. Mogu mogu mogu. G.
なんでじーっと見てるんでしょうかいや、照れるというか緊張するというか手を休めないか見張っているだけよのんびり食べている時間はないわわ、本当だ
Get changed and ready for school already. Although I would go to school in my pajamas all the time, let's be real. I'm surprised as I check the time. I finish breakfast, wash myself, and put on my clothes. It's just me and Sakuya inside the room. I can't help thinking. I can't help remembering that time. What was the meaning of that kiss? What was the meaning of those words? When I wanted to find out, Sakuya's mother died, and she had to go home. The right timing kept on slipping away from me, up until this very point. And it's obvious that Sakuya has been behaving as if she doesn't even know what happened.
USB memory.
Miss Itsuki told me it's all in there.
やっぱり、いつきさんに話聞かないと何もわからない。どうしたの、アスカ？ぼーっとして。 なんでも用意はできたの？そろそろ出ないと遅刻してしまうわ。大丈夫。行こう、サクヤ。
I look at Sakia as I say this. For some reason, Sakia hesitates for a moment before replying. Entering the classroom, I notice Nao has already arrived before us.
おはよう、なおちゃん。おはよう、お姉ちゃん。ごめんね、今朝は。でも、休養って？
It's highly unusual for Nao to leave the house in the morning like that.
探してるものがあって、それが手に入りそうだって話がね、あって。探してるもの？聞きたい？
She's making it sound very significant, so I hesitate a little.
お姉ちゃん用の新しいお勉強具。やめておこう。世の中には知らない方がいいこともあるって言うし。
Nao laughs joyfully.
そうだ。昨夜さんありがとう。お姉ちゃんのこと。いいえ、気にしなくていいわ。まったく苦労しているわね。いいでしょ、昨夜。ちゃんと起きたもん。昨夜？ええ、ようやく酸が取れたようね。夢がきっかけだそうよ。夢？やっぱり。やっぱりって？だってお姉ちゃん寝言で「さくや」って呼び捨てにしてたもん。うわぁ、恥ずかしい。なおも呼び捨てで構わないけれど。じゃあなおもそういう夢見たらそうするよ。
Jeez. As we're as we're having this light conversation, the school bell rings. The door opens and Miss Ohara enters the classroom.
皆さん、おはようございます。スライディング投稿セーフ。
Ms. Itsuki has also arrived, grazing Miss Ohara's flank as she enters the room. Wow! The other students act impressed, though I'm not sure what's so impressive about this.
ルックスがいい人は何しても受けるってことか。
Ain't nothing more true in life.
真理だね。
Yep. Now nods. Oh, that could have been better.
話あるんだ。
During a short break between classes. Okay, yeah, this is where we harass her about the USB stick.
USB memory.
And this is kind of where things start to change. I mean, if you've seen the last ones, we already know what happens here. We go to the karaoke, she shows us a video of us all as children. And now my question is, how does it diverge again? When's the next divergent scene? For those of you who do not know, or as we're currently skipping the scene, you can go and check out on my YouTube. Oops. You can go and check out on my YouTube all of the previous episodes of this playthrough, though, so far. Each one is about either 3 or 4 hours, and this is only going to be the 7th episode. This is not a very long, this is not a very long thing. Visual novel. Let's see. I'm heading towards the station since Miss Itsuki called me out again to meet her at the karaoke place. There's something I want to tell you about Kyoko, she had written. Miss Itsuki said she had to call in at home first to take care of some preparations, so I went back to the dorm too before heading out. Like before, she told me to go inside already and wait for her there, but I noticed Sakia sitting on a bench in front of the station. She's humming a song, seemingly in a great mood.
ごきげんよう。いいお天気ね。
いい天気ですね。That means nice weather.
そうだね。
Sakia greets me in a relaxed way. I can't see anything unnatural about it. But still, I wonder.
私のこと待って待ち構えてた。クリ
Can't help but feel this way, though I'm not exactly sure why.
一人でお出かけ？お買い物かしら？なんていうか。
It's actually a secret that I'm meeting up with Itsuki.
それともカラオケとか？人からなら気兼ねなく歌えるものね。
Feels a bit strange hearing Sakia talk about solo karaoke.
ああ、それに内緒の話をするにもうってつけの場所ね。カラオケ屋さん。
Uh-oh. I take a big gulp of air.
なんでそれ知ってるの？
Uh-oh. I say this unaware of the fact that I'm digging my own grave.
もちろんいつきに聞いたわ。私たち恋人同士だもの。恋人同士の間に隠し事なんてないもの。
Well, that does make sense. Me and Princess kind of do the same thing where if someone tells us a secret, we go to each other and it's like, hey, listen. But, you know, we trust each other to not tell anybody else.
嘘だ。
I can feel it intuitively.
というより、昨夜だよね。
I ask her this almost involuntarily. There's no mistake about it that this person in front of me right now is Sakia. We met earlier at school and she's still wearing the same clothes. Yeah, there's no mistaking it.
でも、
She almost feels to me like a different person.
おかしなこと言うアスカね。私は昨夜よ。どこか変かしら？
Being asked directly if there's anything strange about her, I'm not sure how to respond. There's nothing strange about her. Yeah, nothing strange, but at the same time, she's totally strange. Completely strange.
アスカこそ、あなたは本当にアスカ？証明できる？ほら、そんなこと聞かれても困るでしょ？わかっているわ。あなたはアスカよ。
I'm not sure what she's getting at.
昨夜。
Unable to understand it, I suddenly feel like I need to get away from here, right now, but my legs aren't moving. Sakia looks up joyfully at the blue sky. She's so cute.
あ、鼻歌。何？昨夜前に歌うのは別に好きじゃないって。機嫌がいい時に鼻歌くらいは出るわ。
Miss Itsuki said the same thing, though, when we were coming back from karaoke together one day. That might be true. It might be true, but...
ほんと、おかしなアスカね。
Who's the weird one here? A cold shiver runs up my spine. It feels cold as ice, but still, the palms of my hands are moist with sweat.
私行くよ。じゃあ。
Knees weak, arms are heavy, there's vomit on a sweater already. Mom's spaghetti, she's nervous, but on the surface she is calm and ready. I say this quickly, with my hands clenched into fists. I just want to get away from here. I have to get out of here. These thoughts running through my mind, I start walking away from Sakia at a quick pace.
いつきなら来ないわ。
My heart starts beating in my throat, and my feet feel as if nailed to the ground. Sakia stands up from the bench.
困ったものだわ。いつきにも。余計なことまで話そうとして。
This isn't right!
昨夜じゃない。だから、言っても無駄よ。
Muda. Is that a JoJo's reference? Saying only this, Sakia starts walking away. As she disappears into the distance, I faintly hear her humming.
京子って歌うまいよな。それに比べて昨夜は。京子。
I enter the karaoke room, but I don't feel like singing. I just sit down on the sofa and wait for Miss Itsuki. Where's the text?
いつきさん 来ないな。
Check the time on my smartphone. Well, it's not like we agreed on a specific time, but I can't help feeling worried.
いつきなら来ないわ。
These words keep on swirling about in my head, and I can't help but have a bad feeling about this.
メールしてみよう。
I navigate through my phone and send her a message. What time do you think you'll get here? Send me a message when you know. I wait for a while, but there's no answer.
おいおい。いつきなら来ないわ。冗談きついぜ。
If Now were here, she'd caution me about my language.
電話。
I try calling her on my smartphone, but the phone just keeps on ringing. There's no sign of Miss Itsuki picking up. The call switches over to her voicemail, but I hang up without leaving a message. I don't want to think about it.
いつきさんに何かあった。
Since waiting is the only thing I can do, I continue waiting. But even after 3 hours have passed, Miss Itsuki still hasn't shown up.
もう夜だ。
It's dark outside as I exit the karaoke building. In the end, Miss Itsuki didn't contact me at all.
なおちゃん、心配してるかな。いつきさん？うん、そう。どうしてるか知らない？知らないよね。ごめん、変なこと聞いちゃって。
Having returned to the dorm, I just couldn't settle down, so I asked Now about it. Though there's no way she could know anything about it.
連絡取れないの？うん、ちょっと話があったんだけど。なおも学校で別れてからそのままだし。うん、ごめん。だよね。
As expected, Now looks at me with a concerned expression. I nervously shake my hands.
いつきさんのことなら咲夜さんに聞いてみるのがいいんじゃないかな。
My heart suddenly starts beating in my throat just from hearing the name Sakuya.
だっていつきさんのことなら咲夜さんが一番知ってるはずだよ。あ、まだ冷戦中なんだっけ。でも他に聞ける人もいないし。咲夜。
In the end, on Nao's suggestion, I find myself heading to their room. Itsuki won't be coming anyway.
いつきなら来ないわ。
There's also a part of me that wants to make sure, because at that time, I really had this feeling that it wasn't Sakuya.
ちくしょう、わけわかんない。
I reach out to press the doorbell of Sakuya's door.
これを押して出てきた咲夜がまたどっか違う咲夜だったら。
Yeah, that would be really awful, but
押すぞ。
I push the doorbell and faintly hear the chime going off inside the room. My heart is racing in my chest. I'm feeling super nervous, almost scared, really. A moment later, the door opens up.
はい、どなた？アスカ？
Sakuya appears in front of me, and she looks somewhat puzzled at my face, tilting her head.
咲夜。こんな時間に何の用？というか、なんて顔してるの？え？お化けでも見たような顔よ。失礼ね。ごめん。なんでもない。
This is Sakuya. The girl standing in front of me now is Sakuya.
どうしたの？あ、ちょっといいかな。いつき？うん。今日学校終わってから連絡取ったりした？いいえ、特に用事もないし。そっか。ちょっと用があって連絡取ろうとしたんだけど、全然ダメで。
As I explain it in a bit of a roundabout way, Sakuya heaves a small sigh.
そのあたり、いつきはいい加減よ。ただの気分でメールに返信しなかったり、電話に出なかったりするわ。そうなんだ。あ、でも何かあったとか。心配しているの？まあ、ちょっと。
It feels a little weird saying that to the person who's the source of my worries.
メールしてみましょうか。
Saying this, she picks up her smartphone. She types a short message and sends it. Almost immediately, a reply comes in.
早いわね。いつきさん？今どこにってメールしただけだから。
Saying this, she shows she shows me her phone's display. I'm at home. It's a short reply, but I can't say it's not in Miss Itsuki's character to reply like that. It's also been sent from the same address, which I have for her. I'm confounded. If she can reply to Sakia, why couldn't she just reply to me as well?
こっちのセリフだわ。何なの？なんでもない。なんでもないんだ。ちょっと心配しちゃって。心配？だからなんでもない。勘違いだったみたい。そう。ならいいけれど。いや。
I laugh in a semi-fake way.
おかしなアスカね。
Hearing Sakia say that, a shiver runs up my spine. That's because these are the same words Sakia said to me earlier in front of the station. The vibe is totally different though. The Sakia with me now is the Sakia I know.
ごめん、邪魔しちゃって。課題してるとこだった？ああ、構わないわ。課題は夕方には終わらせているから。
Sakia's words are stuck for a moment.
日記をね。日記？読んで、いえ、読むか読まないかで迷っていたところよ。
Sakia walks over to her desk as she speaks. As I look over, there's an old-looking book lying on her desk. Is that the diary? As she softly touches the cover with her hand, she explains.
母の日記なの。遺品を整理していたら出てきて。お母さんの。母が備忘録として日記を書いていたのは知っていたわ。几帳面な人だったから。
What is this, 1 week friends?
小さい頃、たまに私も読ませてもらっていたの。そうなんだ。
I was deciding whether I'm going to read it or not.
別に迷う必要ないんじゃない？読んでも。この日記は知らない。これは私が知ってる日記じゃないの。よくわかんない。この2冊目は本棚の裏に隠すように置かれていたの。家の者に確かめても誰も知らなかったわ。内緒の日記。表紙を開いた最初のページに母の字でこう書いてあったわ。なんで？自分に何かあってもこの日記は絶対娘には読ませるの。読ませるな。私が最初に見つけてしまうことを考えていなかったようね。遺品整理を私が買って出るとは思っていなかったのか。
I was deciding whether I'm going to read it or not.
だから。そう。だから迷っていたの。これを読んでもいいのかどうか。過去のこととか？施設の。
Oh. Sakia looks at me with a shocked expression as I mumble this.
アスカ、あなた。いつきさんから聞いて、私は全然知らないんだけど。いつきが？
Sakia comes at me with an amazing force as I take a step back.
いつきから何を聞いたの？話しなさい、全部。
I did get the feeling from Miss Itsuki that she wanted this to stay between me and her, but... Unable to resist Sakia's pressure, I end up spilling all of it. Well, except for the part about Kyoko. Though rather than keeping it hidden, it would be more correct to say that I just forgot to mention it. Silence from Sakia. It's making me feel kind of terrified.
あなたたち。はい。バカ。
She says this in a low, heavy voice, and I can hear her irritation as she says the word baka.
せっかくナオがいろいろ骨を折って 私だって苦労して初対面を装っていたというのに。そうかな。
Come to think of it, Sakia isn't really acting much like her usual self. What a ferocious glare!
いや、ごめん。私が勝手に運命感じてただけかも。運命。学校で初めて咲夜と会った時、星が見えたりだとか。
Sakia seems to be blushing a little.
まあ、聞いてしまったのは仕方ないわ。このこと、ナオには
Just put the cat back in the bag. Just invite me in with some rock CDs and some Twinkies.
まだ言ってない。言わない方がいいかもしれないわね。余計な心配させるだけだわ。そっか。それで、いつきから話を聞いて、あなたはどうなの？いつきの話がきっかけになって記憶が戻ったとっていうか、私って記憶喪失だったんだなーって。は？ちょっと物覚えが悪くてちっちゃい頃のことを覚えてないだけかなーって思ってたから。
Sakia keeps silent again. It's so scary. I really hope she forgives me. She finishes me off in a single stroke.
呆れるわ。あなたにも、そしてあなたのことをおもんばかっていた私にも。そこでキレられてもどうしようもないっていうか。ごめんなさい。
Sakia shakes her head as I apologize to her reflexively.
いいわ。別に謝ってもらいたいわけではないもの。謝らせるなら、いつきね、ナオとの約束を破って。まあ、きっと謝らないでしょうけど。あれ呼ばわり。でも。何？いつきさんから聞いたおかげで分かったこともあって。
Not sure whether this is the right time to say this.
文化祭の時のキス。
Sakia's cheeks are bright red.
あれって私たちが相思相愛だったからなんだよね。
That might have also been the reason why the kiss gave me a happy feeling inside.
違うわ。あれはそうじゃなくて、あれは言わない。何も覚えてない人には。
She reminds me a bit of a sulking child. There's something cute about it.
いつきは私とアスカが結ばれればいいと考えているようなの。
I told her to go back to the ones she used to love. That's what Miss Itsuki told me. So she was talking about me when she said the one she used to love.
その気はないって言っているのに。
What's wrong, Mitsuna? Did you mess up your sandwich? Sakia isn't leaving any room for misunderstanding.
じゃあなんでキス？
How do you not have bread?
説明しません。知りたかったら自分で思い出すこと
If you have
ね。
tortillas, you can make a wrap. It's clear that she's not going to tell me. Those words she said after the kiss could probably be a hint. I've given it back.
思い出さずに済むのなら思い出さない方がいいわ。施設のことなんて。
Sakia looks at me with a deadly serious expression as she tells me this. I'm not sure how to respond to that.
それじゃあお邪魔しました。
Having said what she had to say, I decide it's time to go.
くれぐれもナオには黙っておきなさい。私もいつきによく言っておくから。でも アスカに隠し事ができるともあまり思えないけれど。
どんだけポンコツって思われてるんだろう。
Damn.
よく知っているだけよ。施設ではいろいろとね。
Sakuya yawns.
あくびだ。
I can't help pointing.
ここのところあまり寝れていないのよ。家のことや学校もあるし。
Sorry for being human.
悪いなんて言ってないよ。そっか、大変だね。
なら余計なことは言わないで。
It's kind of cute how she gets sulky whenever she's embarrassed, though she's scary at the same time.
おやすみなさい、アスカ。
おやすみ、さくや。今日は早めに寝た方がいいよ。
そうするわ。
Ugh. Man, they're only yawning in the game, but it makes me yawn. After exchanging good nights, Sakuya moves to close the door when...
これ以上昨夜に近づかないで。
Uh-oh. It's her twin split personality.
また刺されたくなかったら。
Wait, it was Sakuya that stabbed us. The door clicks shut. I can't move a muscle.
今のって京子だった。
I must have accidentally skipped over in the scene where Itsuki explains to us what happened in the facility. In Sakuya's route, there must have been a line that explicitly states like, oh yeah, by the way, Sakuya had a twin sister or some dumb shit. I don't know. You're watching a stream with even more Pega energy than before. Oh yeah, Twitch is on the Switch now. Yeah.
何お姉ちゃん。
That reminds me, I have to check to make sure that my setup is going to work for Sumo.
本当にあった怖い話。聞きたいの？最近新ネタは仕入れてなくて。でも資料室の泣き女の続きがそうじゃなくて。死者の霊がついてるかもしれない。昨夜に。
Now stares at me blankly, but then she proves once again what a great sister she is.
お姉ちゃん、落ち着いて話聞かせてくれる？
Now responds to me with compassion.
だよね。
And even though we just said, hey, let's not spill everything to now so we don't stress her out, I went straight home so I could tell now everything. In order to explain this to her, I have to tell her everything. I have to tell her what I know, and that wouldn't only be about Sakuya.
私の過去のことも、施設にいたこととか。
And if I talked about that, I'll be stepping into territory which now has been hiding from me. I wonder if it's okay to do that.
本当はもっと早くしてなくちゃダメだったんだ。こんな大事な話。
I resolve myself and take a deep breath.
一から話すね。
Hold on a sec. Your phone's going off. What? I thought you fell asleep on the couch or something. No. We talk until deep into the night. The next day, Sakuya has to go back home, so she's only attending the morning classes. Because of her recent absence, I heard she has to take supplementary classes on Saturdays and Sundays too. Every week. Miss Itsuki has to come to school, as usual. I told her I wanted to ask her during lunch break about what happened.
さて、聞きたい話ってのは？
Miss Itsuki is the one to open up the conversation, but now comes in to interrupt her. Nothing's wrong with sleeping on the couch. We got a big comfy couch, but we also have a big king-size bed that I damn near broke my fucking back carrying up those goddamn stairs, so we're gonna sleep in that motherfucking bed.
その前に
なんだよおさち妹。
Oh, she's cute when she's angry.
お姉ちゃんに話しちゃったでしょ。いろいろ言わないって約束だったのに。
Talking to Now about everything yesterday was definitely a big deal, but she told me that she already had a faint intuition that Miss Itsuki had told me about the past. Well, I'm really bad at hiding things from her after all. According to Now's story, when I was little, I was put into Haizawa Pediatrics Research Center after being diagnosed with a disease that was going to be very difficult to treat, but actually this disease was made up by the clinic or by the research facility. Rather, the reality was just as Miss Itsuki had told me, which is something we covered yesterday. Now also told me that it was true that on open campus day, yeah, we knew this. After talking everything through, Now apologized for having lied to me. I was surprised by the extreme seriousness of Now's apology. Of course I forgave her, but the seriousness in Now's tone seemed strange to me. We're sleeping in the Minecraft beds? Let's go!
そんな怒りっぽく思われてるのか
I
な。
gotta get those
私
king-sized minion bed sheets. Seemed like she thought she had to get down on all fours and beg for my forgiveness, but it's not like I was going to be angry about it at all. Now is glaring sharply at Miss Itsuki, but Miss Itsuki
いやー
laughs it off.
私嘘つくの苦手でさ。心苦しくて心苦しくて。
いつきさんって。
Now starts saying something, but
なんでもない。それより大事なお話ししよう。ね、お姉ち
yeah,
ゃん。
like why'd your girlfriend fucking stab me?
そうだね。でさ、いつきさん。
Wally bed sheets?
Honda.
Nah, that would make too much sense because Wally is a cute romantic movie. We need something like Mars Needs Mom's bed sheets.
あったたくそまだ痛むな。
Miss Itsuki grimaces painfully as she turns her head to look at me. It still hurts.
で、何？
まず昨日なんでカラオケ屋さんに来なかったの？連絡も取れなかったし。
ああ、それ監禁されてた。
監禁？それって京子に？
やっぱそっちにも行ってたか。そうだよ。ス
Stunchies.
タンガンでね。首
Wally
の
and
後
Eva
ろ
are
バチバチ
robots
ってやら
or
れて。
lions. I
いつの
mean,
間にあんなもん手に入れたんだか。
we're cute. As I thought, the reason behind yesterday's trouble had been Kyoko, and Miss Itsuki also knows about it, because she was kind of fucking stun-gunned, apparently. She knows about this Kyoko, who seems to live inside Sakuya.
聞かせて。京子のこと。亡くなってるんだよね。
ああ、そうだな。もともと昨日話そうと思ってたとこだったし、ちょうどいいや。昼休み中に終わらなかったら、続きはウェブで。
ねえからウェブ。お姉ちゃん、言葉遣い。
一番大事なことは最初に言っとくよ。京子は昨夜のことが好きだったんだ。
That's too bad for her, because she's dead now.
うん。なんとなくそんな気はしてた。姉妹でか。
I can see a mix of different expressions on Nao's face. Maybe because of everything we talked about last night.
昨夜、もしかして京子さんの霊に取り憑かれてる？
霊が取り付く？おい、階段か？私を怖がらそうって言うなら。
違う、そうじゃなくて。
あと、そうか。まあでも、なんていうか、似たようなもんかもしれないな。
Now and I exchange glances at Miss Itsuki's vague words.
昨夜の中に京子の意識がいる。それは事実だ。昨夜がさ、幼い頃手術を受けてるって話って知ってる？
私は昨夜からちらっと。
それ京子から臓器提供を受けてるんだ。施設が火事になった時の一
This
件
is
で
some fucking Metal Gear Solid 2 shit. Both Now and I are lost for words.
それが。
まあ黙って聞いてるよ。火事の中で昨夜は重傷、京子は死亡。昨夜は落ちてきた建材が腹に刺さって臓器をひどく損傷してて、助かるには臓器移植しかなかった。で見ればおあつらい向きに臓器提供にはうってつけの親族の体がそこに転がってました。なあ、人の意識、魂ってどこに宿ってると思う？
魂？頭とか。
何の根拠もないだろそれ。昨夜の中にいる京子の魂を
This is so
京子の
stupid.
臓器に宿ってるもんだ。本人がそう言ってるから、とりあえず私は信じてる。調べたところ似たような話がないでもないみたいだし。
臓器に宿った魂、信じられない。でもナオも聞いたことある、同じ話。ナオちゃんが言うなら信じてもいいかな。
おい、別にいいけど。何にしろ問題はここからだ。京子はたまに表に出てくることはあってもおとなしいもんだった。私もそれに協力してて、京子が出てくるのは私と話し合って決めた時だけ。だいたい月1回くらい。京子も納得してたはずだった。
はず。そうじゃなくなってたんだね。
ああ、帝都看護に入って抜け子とアスカと再会したあたりからな。
私。
そうさ。たく、なんで昨夜も抜け子も看護学校に入るなんて考えたんだか。
Why did I want to go into nursing school? Why did I have the idea to become a nurse? Because of that picture book, The Girl Who Chased Stars. It all started with that scribble that was written on the last page saying, I'm gonna be a nurse. Yes, I wanted to ask about that too, today.
さ、私覚えてない？ちっちゃい頃、その施設にいたって頃に将来看護師になるって思ったみたいなんだけど、なんでだか知らない？一緒にいたっていういつきさんなら。
施設にいた頃に？
そう、多分。
知らないな。聞いたことない。
お？
昔のあんたは看護師になりたいなんて思うようなやつじゃなかったよ。バカで自己中でかっこつけの乱暴者で、人の世話するどころか人に迷惑かけてばっかりのムカつくバカガキでさ。
言われようだ。バカって3回も言うし。
スーパー事実。看護師になりたいなんて嘘じゃねって感じ。もしも万が一事実だとしたら。
Miss Itsuki keeps silent for a moment. I'll be right back. Ah.
昨夜なら知ってるかもな。
昨夜が？
That night,
おやすみなさい、お姉ちゃん。おやすみ。
I get into bed after exchanging good nights with Now, but I don't feel sleepy at all.
星を追う人。
I open up the picture book and start reading. Picture book with the scribble on the last page, I'm gonna be a nurse. It seems to be a children's book, but the content is pretty hard to grasp. Philosophical and abstract in a way.
これ本当に私の持ち物なのかな？
It does have my name, Asuka, written on the front page, so I assume it was. As I'm thinking these things, I flip through the pages and stare at them. Two travelers without names are talking to each other under a starry sky. Hey, do you like looking at stars? Yes, I like it, but I don't do it so often. That's odd. Why not? Whenever I look at the stars, they seem so far away, and it makes me feel sad. I understand, but I think that's normal. I raise my voice without thinking. Flustered, I covered my mouth. I look at the pages again and again with a stunned expression. It reminds me of that one time I went home with Sakia in the rain.
アスカは星を見るのが好きなの？
好きだけどあんまり見ないかな。
それは不思議ね。どうしてかしら？
いや、だって見るとうわ遠いなーって思っちゃって。
ああ、それはわかるわ。
本当？
でもそれは普通のことよ。
絵本の中と同じ会話してた。
How could that be possible? Coincidence? Could that possibly happen by coincidence? Probably read this book when I was little, so it could be possible that it remained somewhere in the back of my mind, which caused me to respond in the same way. And Sakia, too.
昨夜も読んでたってこと？
Something in my head seemed to click into place. Kid's picture book that's hard to understand. A picture book that someone like me probably would never like or read. In that case,
これって昨夜のだったり。
could have never imagined that to be true. But could it? Since I heard from Miss Itsuki about the past, that we grew up together, I guess there could be a possibility. And if that were the case, my heart suddenly starts racing out of excitement.
プレゼント？それとも借りっぱなしで返してないとか？うわ、ダメじゃん。
Anyway,
だとしたら昨夜なら知ってるかもしれない。
the reason why I wanted to become a nurse. Sakia went home today and is spending the night there, but she did say that she'd come to school tomorrow. Can't call her at this hour, and texting her about this would be a bit awkward.
明日聞いてみよう。眠れないよ。そうはそうは。
I'm in the classroom before class is starting, feeling nervous.
お姉ちゃん？あ、なんでもないよ、なんでも。
I force a smile on my face as Nao looks at me suspiciously. I can't keep my attention away from my bag, which is sitting at my feet. That's because the picture book The Girl Who Chased Stars is inside. I wonder if Sakia will be arriving soon.
遅いね。いつきさんはいつもだけど、昨夜さんだいたいなおたちより先に来てるのに、学校休むのかな？
It wouldn't be that strange. After all, she said that since her mother died last autumn, a lot has been going on in her family, and they have to determine how the Takeda family will go on operating in the future. Though I don't have any idea about the circumstances of important families. When suddenly,
あ、メール。いつきさんだ。
I noticed that Miss Itsuki just sent me a message on my smartphone.
いつきさん？なんだろう。
I touched the display of my smartphone and opened the message. Saki's collapsed. She's in hospital. I jump up, kicking my chair back in the process.
どうしたのお姉ちゃん。昨夜が倒れたって。私行かなきゃ。ちょっと待って。ダメだよ、すぐに。
When suddenly,
あ、またメール。
I impatiently open it. It's not a big deal, so you can wait until after school to come see her. Don't even think about skipping classes.
読まれてた。
With a heavy heart, I sit back down. Now peeks at the display of my smartphone.
本当だ。こう書いてるなら大丈夫ってことだよ。信じよう、お姉ちゃん。でも。
Am I going to trust Miss Itsuki?
というより。というより？こんなんじゃ授業に集中できない。
True.
ああ、 だね。
After school, I hurry to the hospital where Sakia was taken. It's the first time I've ever been to Sakia's hometown. I ask for Sakia's room number at the reception. Soon after, I'm knocking on her door.
はい、どうぞ。
Hearing her voice more energetic than I had expected, tears of relief moisten my eyes. Sakia tries to get upright as she sees my face, but I tell her to stay down.
すまないわね。
I expected her to press the issue, but she obediently follows my suggestion.
学校に行く準備をして階段を降りてる途中にね。
She doesn't seem any different than usual to me. She's talking in her usual dignified voice.
うん。
足を踏み外して落ちてしまったの。
大丈夫なの？
大丈夫じゃないから入院しているのよ。
あ、そっか、ごめん。
冗談よ。怪我は大したことはないの。むしろ問題は過労らしいわ。
過労。
ここのところ実家のことでも忙しかったし、それで遅れる学業を取り戻すのでも忙しかったし、自分では平気なつもりでいたけれど体はごまかせないわね。階段から落ちるなんて。
それで
先生にも勧められて1週間ほど入院することになった
A
わ。
week to get over fatigue?
1週間も？
過労だけでと考えると大げさだけれど、話したことがあるでしょ。昔長期入院していたことがあると。そのことがあって念のためにということらしいわ。個室になったのもそれが理由のようね。
いつきさんが言ってた臓器移植。
I heard the details only recently, though. So that's why she has to stay for a whole week. Must be rough, I think to myself. The issue of her body getting behind on classes and all of these other family issues.
そっか。
ええ。
うん。でも大丈夫だよ、昨夜なら。すぐ授業も追いついて。
いいえ、留年することにしたわ。
I heard what Sakia just said, but it doesn't immediately register. I'm frozen in place.
来年私はもう一度2年生をするの。
ちょっと待って、そんな。
なぜアスカが取り乱すの？もう決めたことよ。来年になればさすがに実家も落ち着いているだろうし、授業のことで先生方に迷惑をかけることもないし。
It sounds logical. What Sakia is saying does make perfect sense.
少し時間が欲しかったところだし、ほら日記を持ってきているの。
あ、お母さんの？
ええ、読むことにしたの。ゆっくりとね。それに、
お？
I tilt my head as Sakia breaks off her sentence in a bit of a curious spot.
なんでもないわ。そうね、休学はいつきも賛成してくれているの。
いつきさんも？
正直授業の遅れを埋められないでいたから、それを知っているのよ、いつきは。
そうなんだ。
だからこれでいいのよ。
そうだね。ずっと大変そうだったし。2年の勉強難しいもんね。うん、無理しないのがいいと思う。私も賛成。
言葉と裏腹の顔よ、アスカ。残念に思ってくれるのなら少し嬉しいわ。
うん。
I nod.
昨夜と一緒に看護師になれたらいいなって思ってたから。
いいえ、構わないわ。
Sakia keeps silent after saying this, in a way that it seems like she's trying to endure some pain.
昨夜にそんな顔させたくない。
I can't keep silent like this. Maybe I should repeat a year too, just so we can get along together. It's like, nah, that's stupid. You know she's gonna get mad at you if you say that. It's like, you know, you just gotta accept that things are gonna be happening this way, you know?
クリッ
I do my best to hold back my emotions as I speak.
そっか。じゃあ私が昨夜の先輩看護師になるってことだね。
そうね。
その時は先輩の私が後輩の昨夜ドーンとリードしてあげるよ。
I know it's not really in my character to say something like this, though. Ah well. I wait for Sakia's reply, expecting a sarcastic put-down of some sort.
ありがとう。頼りにするわ。
Sakia says this as she gently smiles at me. I'm slightly taken aback that she took it seriously, because this means that I'll really need to become the kind of nurse that she can count on.
うわ重い。
Sakia smiles as she observes my internal struggle. Then a mischievous grin forms on her lips as she speaks.
ああ、でもアスカがこれから学業不振で2年留年して結局私が1年先輩になるって可能性の方が高いかもしれないわね。
どんだけポンコツだ。私。
Damn, she's calling you fucking stupid. Downside to Twitch Switch is that you can't watch the stream and type in chat at the same time on this thing. That's... yeah, I could see that. I feel a little shocked. But ah well, it seemed to have brightened up Sakia's expression and the atmosphere in the room. So I'll let it slide. I would think the optimal setup might be, like, using your phone chat-only mode, and then the Switch to watch. That way you could, you know, actually do things on your computer. And then...
あ、そうだ。ちょっといいかな。
There's one other reason why I've come to visit her today. I nudge my bag, which is lying at my feet. Sakia looks at me dubiously.
何かしら、アスカ。
はい、じゃじゃん。
I pull the picture book out of my bag. The girl who chased stars.
それ、
前に話したことあったよね。私が帝都看護に入った理由。絵本の最後のページにしてあった落書きのこと。これがその絵本なの。で、これさ、もともとは昨夜のじゃないかな。
Tells you to scan a QR code? That's weird. I've never heard that before. That has to be new. Where the hell is my phone? Oh, that's what I heard falling on the floor earlier. And I almost ran over my phone with my chair. I look right into her eyes as I say this. Sakia stares right back at me.
もしかしたら私
Sakia's eyes seem to be looking both at me and at the picture book in my hands.
私昨夜のために看護師に。
ごめんなさい。知らないわ。古いもののようだから確かに施設にいた頃のものかもしれないけれど私は見たことがないわね。
そうなの？でも待って。
帰ってアスカ。お見舞いに来てくれてありがとう。でも学校もあるのだからもう来なくていいわ。
ちょっと待って昨夜。
いいから帰って。そしてもう来ないで。
昨夜？
As if she's trying to chase me away. Or no, that's exactly what she's doing. I leave the room and enter the hallway, feeling all alone.
わけわかんない。怒らせた？でもなんで？
I don't understand.
もう来るなって。確かに学校はあるけど。
I look up at the ceiling inside the hallway.
そんなこと言われてもどうしよう。
Maybe I'll go like every 3 days. No. You got. She's the one you love the most. Come on, you gotta go every day. She's in the hospital. You basically gotta sleep in the hospital with her. Excuse me. I don't know what to do. But of course, I act like I've forgotten about Sakia's words and proceed to visit the hospital every day. Now visited 3 days in a row, pretending as if nothing happened. Sakia smiles at me joyfully. It's, you know, the classic cat and mouse, like, you know, the push and the pull, the reeling in, and the easing them out. You gotta say like, no, don't come after me, and then run away, and then like look back, like, are they chasing me yet?
もし見舞いのせいで成績が落ちたりしたら終わりのない地獄を見せるわ。
She just says something super scary with such a straight face. What a terrifying aura.
します勉強。
So, that's why I've started bringing my study materials to Sakia's room to get some studying done during my visits.
まったくしょうがないアスカね。
So in the end, even though she thinks I'm hopeless, Sakia has started accepting my visits. And then, another day.
じゃじゃーん。来たよ、さくや。
想像しいわね。静かに。
Damn.
子供じゃないのだから分別
Like,
をつけな
shut
さ
the
い。
hell up.
はい。
I've only entered the room 3 seconds ago and she's already scolding me. I could cry.
気を取り直して。さくや。今日はお土産持ってきてるんだ。
お土産？
うん、そう。病院来る途中、美味しそうなケーキ屋さんがあってさ、さくやがどんなケーキ好きかわかんなかったから、適当に選んだけど。
Saying this, I present her with a stylish-looking cake box. I bought a green tea mousse cake for myself, and for Sakia... You know she's into dark chocolate. I mean, look at her. She's regal. She's not gonna go for like, oh, strawberry shortcake, how nice. You know, you gotta get her something expansive.
栗ガトーショコラです。
これは
なんかさくやに似合いそうだなって。
苦味が効いているところがかしら。
Yeah.
違うよ。大人っぽくてでも甘いみたいな。
Because it looks mature.
冗談よ。ありがとう。いただくわ。
I feel relieved to see her smile. She seems satisfied with the taste as well. So I'm glad. Welcome back, Benij. Oh, and the green tea mousse cake is amazingly delicious too. I'm very satisfied with my selection. That just reminded me, like, this might seem weird, but speaking of like green tea candies reminded me of matcha candies, and I really like matcha. It's, even though it like, I say like even though it tastes like dirt, but it's kind of like because it tastes like dirt, it's really interesting and I like it. Haha, Leo likes eating dirt. So, maybe it's because I'm already coming every day, but neither Miss Itsuki nor Nao have been visiting that often, merely sending her a message now and then to ask how she's doing. Also, a servant from the Takeda family sometimes shows up to bring her some things. It's always the same person, so I've got to know her. Like silty? More like it's really hard to explain, but it's like a really earthy taste. Like it's it's matcha chocolates, so it tastes like chocolate, but it also tastes not nutty, but like, and not like any plant or vegetable, but it tastes really earthy. It's really hard to explain, but I like it a lot.
何を聞いてるの?
That also just reminded me of when me and my friends went to a sushi place. We got green tea, and you know, you get hot tea, it's hot, but it's like we were tasting it and it tasted like they burnt the tea. Like, I don't know how you can burn a liquid, but it tasted burnt. You can buy edible dirt. I could just walk outside and eat some dirt. While Sakia has been in the hospital, most of the time she's either been reading her mother's diary or listening to music on her MP3, her Microsoft Zune product placement. I've been wondering why she doesn't let it play out loud, because she's got a private room anyway.
クラシックよ。アスカが聞いたら眠くなるような。ね。
ああ。
勉強中に聞かせでもしたら、それこそ瞬殺でしょうね。
True. That's apparently the reason why she isn't playing it out loud. It's kind of shocking. You can burn gasoline. No. You shut up. You know what I mean. Like you've eaten like a burnt piece of chicken, right? It tasted like that, except it was liquid. Like I was drinking burnt chicken. Not my usual mom's cooking. So like this, I've started feeling quite at home in Sakia's hospital room. One day I'm in her hospital room as usual. It's a rainy day. Oh, cute.
で、何か。
As usual, I'm studying my textbooks. Sakia is quietly reading her mother's diary. She's not listening to music today. It's almost as if we're having the faint sound of rain outside as our background music.
雨。
Burnt toast is one thing, because that's just toast.
雨。
It's so quiet in the hospital room.
雨か。
Sakia isn't responding to my mutters.
思い出すな。あいあい傘。
ん?
あれでちょっと距離が縮まったような気がしたんだよね。寮に戻ったら鍵なくてさ。あれは焦ったな。
And then I tripped and fell and groped your boobie.
鬱陶しいわね。静かに自習していられないの？
Damn, bitch.
ごめん。なんか黙ってられなくて。
私の言う通りにできないなら追い出すだけよ。
黙ってます。
I'd like to see you try.
まったく。
Having shown her disapproval of my foolishness, she returns to her diary. I look at the profile of her face as she's reading.
綺麗だな。
When I think about it, ever since meeting her, I've always been fascinated by her beauty.
見てよ、昨夜の顔。
It's nice to look at her face. She might scold me again if she notices, though.
そっくりな双子。京子と並んでるところ、絵になっただろうな。
Thinking these things, I continue appreciating the sight of her face's profile, when suddenly... Sakia flips through the pages of the diary and frowns.
どうしたの？昨夜？
ページが破れてるわ。
Surprised, I approach Sakia's bedside. Look at the diary which is opened up in Sakia's lap.
本当だ。
Some pages have been ripped out of the diary. They were ripped out cleanly and completely.
それも何ページも。10。いえ、それ以上かしら。
何日分くらい？
I feel like you would be able to notice that just by like looking at the book. Like unless it's some sort of I don't even know. Because if you could rip out the pages in a notebook, it would be incredibly noticeable. Just looking at the closed book, you would see the big gap.
必ず毎日書いていたわけじゃないようだからわからないけれど、半月、長くて一月分くらいかしらね。
そんなに？どういうことなんだろう。
そう。
Sakia keeps on staring intently at the spot where the pages had been ripped out.
昨夜？
She isn't responding to me. She seems to be deeply caught up in some thought.
何か気になることあるのかな？
When...
まあないものは仕方ないわ。続きを読むしかなさそうね。
そうだね。
アスカは実習に戻りなさい。こっちを見るなとまでは言わないけれど、ほどほどにすることよ。
Getting called out.
バレてた。そんな素振り全然なかったのに。
当然よ。私を誰だと思っているの？
世界一美人な武田咲也さんです。
それはありがとう。
It's so adorable to see her blushing like that.
好きだな。
That's what's going through my mind right now. But if I were to tell her that this time, it would sound as if I'm only attracted by her looks, so I don't say it. Though it's true that I really did fall in love with her looks. She knows I'm looking at her. I feel as if she knows exactly what's going on inside of me.
平常心平常心
もう
Well, these things happen.
アスカアスカ
教科書に集中してた。
それはいいけれどもう夜よ帰った方がいいわ
ああ、ほんとだ。
I look outside the window.
面会時間も終わりだね。うん、帰るよ。
え
ちょっと。
I put my books back into my bag and get ready to leave.
じゃあまた明日。
無理に来なくていいのに
聞こえない。
I laugh as I say this and turn towards the door.
待ってアスカ
I face Saki again as she calls out to stop me.
そういえばこれいつきに渡してもらえる
Sakia hands me a key.
それって。
寮の部屋の鍵よいつきからなくしてしまったから合鍵を作りたいと連絡をもらっていたの学校で会った時にでも渡しておいてもらえる実家通いだからっていい加減なんだから
いいけど。
急ぎではないけれどよろしくね
確かに。
Sakia hands me the key.
忘れずに頼むわしっかりね
それじゃ。
Sakia's words, or rather the way she said them, caught my attention.
さくや、お大事に。
I leave the room on a bright note. The rain has stopped by the time I reach the dorm. I see light inside my room from outside, so now seems to be waiting.
お腹すいた。ただいま。
That's one thing that kind of bugs me. Like, I understand you don't need that many different sound effects in a game like this, in a visual novel in general, but like, they've only been using one stomach growl sound effect. When, like, if you use 2 or 3, or at least a different one, like, how many times has her stomach growled in the game? Like, less than a dozen, right? It would sound a lot better if they didn't use the same one over and over and over and over again. Even if it is done, you know, sparingly, it's still good to have variety in things, even just like those sound effects.
おかえりお姉ちゃん。お腹空いてるでしょ。ちょうどご飯できたところだよ。おお、すごい。あなたは予知能力者か。ここのところ毎日だもん。面会時間から考えたらだいたいわかるよ。なるほど。でもすごい。テーブルに並べておくから、その間に手とか洗っておいて。あいあい。
Go to the bathroom, wash my hands, and come back into the room.
そうだ、なおちゃん。何？今日っていつきさんと話したりした？学校終わってから？かな？電話でちょっと話したかな。大したことは別に。でも結構話しちゃった。あの人しつこいんだもん。1時間くらい？2時間。途中から売り言葉に買い言葉みたいになって。おえ、仲いいな。よくないよ。おかげでご飯の準備間に合わなくなりそうだったもん。なるほど、それは困るでしょ。だから用もないのに電話してこないでって言ってるんだけど、私が毎日咲夜のところに行ってるからかな。
That's my thought on it, but I have the feeling that I shouldn't say it out loud.
ね、それがどうかしたの？なんでもない。ご飯食べよう。いただきまーす。
I was just wondering if Ms. Itsuki might have said anything about the key. But I suppose there would be no reason for her to say anything about that to Now. That night, as I'm lying in bed, I type a message to Miss Itsuki. Miss Sakia handed me the key to your dorm room. I'll give it to you tomorrow at school. I send it. Might not be something which I really have to send a message about in advance, but still.
忘れずに頼むわ。しっかりね。
There's just something about the way Sakia did that. And immediately I receive a reply. A short and blunt reply. What's this about? I type a reply. It's a key to your dorm room. Didn't you want to make a copy because you lost yours? I send it and immediately receive a reply. I have my key. I never lost it.
はい。
Slip out of bed and head towards the door of Miss Sakia and Miss Itsuki's room.
昨夜の勘違いじゃないよね。
Losing a key and wanting to make a copy is a pretty big deal, so I don't think there could be any misunderstanding about that.
忘れずに頼むわ。しっかりね。
あそこまで念を押されたし。
Take another look at the key in my hand.
しっかりって何をしっかりなんだろ
Why did she entrust me with her key?
う。いや、本当に託されたのかわかんないけど。
I don't have a choice but to check. I slide the key inside the keyhole and slowly turn it. Click.
なんか緊張する。
Going inside their room while they're not here feels a bit like I'm committing some kind of crime. My heart is racing in my chest, though I'm unaware of it. My hand gropes for the light switch.
よし、着いた。
Turn on the light inside the room.
着いたものの。
Look around the room, but don't notice anything out of the ordinary.
仮に昨夜が私に部屋に入らせようと考えていたとしたら。
Detective Asuka on the job.
私に何をさせたいからなんだろう。
Detective Asuka, still on the job.
全然わかんない。
Detective Asuka failing the job. Well, we were talking about me after all. Owner of the brains of a jellyfish.
替えの下着が足りなくなってそれを持ってきてほしいとか。
I walked to her clothes drawers and randomly opened all the drawers from top to bottom. The uppermost drawer is exactly the one with panties. Well, I keep mine in the uppermost drawer as well. Hey, me too.
おお。
They're neatly folded and arranged. I take one into my hand and unfold it. It's got frills. I didn't expect her to wear such cute panties. What am I doing?
いや、変態か私。
I guess you're gonna miss the panty raid. Flustered, I shake my head and put the panties back. I close the drawers.
多分違うよな。私に頼むのが恥ずかしいんだとしたら家の人に頼めばいいんだし。ダメだ、わかんない。
Sit down on the floor and lean against the side of the bed. I look up at the ceiling.
おー。
My mind is completely blank. I really have no idea.
しっかりしっかりしっかりなんだ。
I think it's a given that everyone, for the most part, has their socks and underwear in the top drawer. I don't know. For a while, I continue sitting there with my blank mind.
明日昨夜に聞いてみよう。
I stand back up as I come to this conclusion, or rather, I try to stand up.
うわ、足しびれてる足。
I wasn't even sitting that long. I wonder if I was sitting in some weird way. It's completely numb. I can't resist the sensation and drop back to the ground.
しびしびが。
People are really so totally powerless against a tingly, numb foot. The person who could invent a technique that instantly turns a numb foot back to normal would probably receive some sort of incredible prize.
そんなことよりしびれが。
How many socks do you have that the bottom drawer is only socks? Just as I'm rolling around on the ground in agony, a little gap under the bed enters my field of vision. I see something dropped far under the bed.
なんだろう、ゴミ？
Looks white, like a crumpled piece of paper squeezed into a ball. I wonder if this has anything to do with that diary that's missing just about 10 pages. Something's lighting up in my mind. Just as I reach my hand under the bed,
しびれが。なんのこれ式？
making such a big fuss all by myself, I somehow managed to reach my hand far enough to grab the paper. I sit down, leaning against the bed once again. The tingly sensation has mostly subsided. I'm holding the crumpled paper ball in my hand. It doesn't seem to be just one paper, but several, maybe even more than 10.
ページが破れてるわ。
You run through socks like a certified welder does. I don't get that reference. It's completely lost on me. Try again.
それも何ページも10、いえそれ以上かしら。
I remember about Sakia's mother's diary, about the pages that had been ripped out.
これ。
It has to be.
でもなんでベッドの下に？放り捨てたみたいに。
Or
昨夜の目から隠すみたいに。もしかして京子が。
I don't have anything to base that on, and I can't prove it, but I can't help thinking so. I'm not sure if it would be alright for me to read them. Most likely, it wouldn't. I can't resist my curiosity, though. I take a big gulp and slowly straighten the papers out. Uncrumpling the papers is making a lot of noise in this silent room.
やっぱり。
They are indeed the pages of Sakia's mother's diary. It was a little more than 10 pages, written in a beautiful and compact handwriting, so every page had a lot written on it. That's why reading it all took me longer than expected. I wonder how long it took me. About 30 minutes? I've just finished reading it though.
嘘だ。
I truly regret ever reading this.
嘘だ。嘘だ。嘘だ。嘘だよ。だってそんな。
My hands are shaking. My voice is shaking. I have a horrible pounding headache. My eyes are moist with tears.
そんなのって。
Just the same instant I raise my voice, the lid on my memories opens up. The first thing I see is the starry sky.
なあ、昨夜。看護師って知ってるか？
看護師？
すげえ強くてかっこいいヒーローなんだぞ。でっかいロボに乗って悪い奴らをやっつけるのが看護師の仕事なんだ。
そういうこと。アスカ、それはあなたが見てたヒーロー番組の主人公がそういう設定だっただけで、本来看護師というのは。
ごちゃごちゃうるさいな、昨夜は。いいから。
That's not how that's translated. Gocha Gocha Urusei is the title of an Akita Neru song that translates to Stop Nagging Me.
ほら、昨夜最近いっつも暗い顔してんじゃん。だから私が看護師になって昨夜のこと守ってやる。どうだ、すごいだろ。えへん。
だから
信じられないのか？
だからそういうことではなくて。
だったら。
あなたいきなり何を。
これもテレビで見たんだ。大事な約束するとき、その証としてチューするんだって。
そんな勝手な。
信じろ、昨夜。私、絶対昨夜を守るから。
A promise. The next thing I see is a sea of flames. I see my little self screaming. My promise. I couldn't keep my promise to her. I start running. I can't possibly stay still after this. I don't even know why I'm running. I don't even know where I'm running to.
Sakuya!
No, there's only one possible place to go, even if it's too late. Arriving at Sakuya's hospital, I'm immediately aware that something must have happened. The hospital is deathly quiet, but there's something about the atmosphere. Something wrong.
Sakuya.
I have a really bad feeling about this, deep within the pit of my stomach. Like I was iron in a Minecraft server. Now that's a better one. Uh-oh. As I reach the floor where Sakuya's room is located, I come upon a scene of turmoil.
なんでスプリンクラー作動しないの？そんなのわからないわよ。つい先日のチェックでも問題なくて。そんなことより患者の避難。消防署にも連絡して。早く。もうしたわよ。何これ？あなたも早く建物から出て。一体ねえ中にいる武田さんは？昨夜。
I immediately dash forward towards Sakuya's room. The whole place is an inferno.
ちょっと早く消火器持ってきて。昨夜。
Sakuya's room is shrouded in a sea of flames, and right in the middle stands Sakuya. She looks calm, almost as if she's not feeling the heat. There's a smile on her face.
来たのね、裏切り者さん。
昨夜じゃない。京子。
バカね、昨夜。ほんとバカ。約束破りの裏切り者のアスカを許すだなんて。その顔思い出したみたいね。全部自分が裏切り者だってことも。
そうだよ。私約束を守れなかった。
昨夜は許す。もう許してるのだそうよ。でも私は許さない。
How can they hear each other talking so softly over the loud
昨夜は
fire?
私が連れて行くわ。本当はこんなことしたくなかった。したくなかったけど、裏切り者のアスカに昨夜を渡したりしない。絶対に。だから
Kyoko seems to be joyfully humming.
あなたはそこで見ていて。
やめて京子。なんでこんな真似。離れて。巻き込まれるわよ。
ずっとね、話していたの。入院してから MP3 プレイヤーにお互い目覚めている間に言葉を吹き込んで。でも昨夜は変わらなかった。それどころか私の考えを改めさせようとした。
MP3 プレイヤー。
Sometimes saw Sakuya listening to it. She told me she was listening to music.
あれは
So that's what she was listening to. I'm slightly taken aback. And then as Kyoko continues talking, her words reach my ears. But I can't catch the meaning very well. I can hear the words themselves, but my head seems to resist any efforts at comprehension. Those words. When she got out of the hospital, Sakuya was planning to quit school in order to distance me from you. It's hard to accept what she's saying.
最初は単にあなたと疎遠になればいいだけだと考えたようだけれど。
Kyoko just keeps on talking, not caring much about whether I'm comprehending what she's saying or not.
覚えている？あなたの病室に絵本を持ってきた時のこと。帰って、アスカ。お見舞いに来てくれてありがとう。でも学校があるのだからもう来なくていいわ。いいから帰って。そしてもう来ないで。あの絵本にはあなたと昨夜の誓いが書かれていた。だからこそ昨夜はそれを否定しようとして。認めれば間違いなく私はまたあなたを殺そうとしたから。けなげね、けなげで。そしてそれってあなたがアスカがとっても大事ってことでしょ。
Yeah, but how'd you set the room on fire? My bangs are scorched by the flames. My cheeks and my skin feel so hot. I remember the fire at the facility. I was surrounded by flames. I searched for Sakuya but couldn't find her.
だから昨夜は学校を辞めてもうあなたとは会わないところへ行こうと。でも体に物理的な距離に意味なんてないわ。認められない。裏切り者のアスカを昨夜が好きで居続けるなんて。だから連れて行くの。
It's a little bit melodramatic, huh? Asuka the traitor. Asuka who broke her promise. Asuka who said I'm gonna be a nurse and vowed to protect her. Asuka who couldn't protect her. Because I was fucking, what, 6 years old? How am I supposed to save her from a fire? Are you really holding that against me? A 20-year-old grudge? Come on. The reason why I wanted to become a nurse. Why? And for whose sake? This isn't the time to be laughing, but I can't help it.
ダメダメじゃん。
How could I be so stupid and think that a nurse is some sort of superhero?
私たった一人のためだけに看護師になりたかったんだ。
I'm a failure as a nurse. Or no, I can't call myself a nurse just yet.
ほんとバカね。それに迷惑。アスカが帝都看護に入りさえしなかったら。
ちょっと黙れ京子。
It feels strange and alien for me to tell anyone to shut up. But at the same time, somewhere inside of myself, it does feel part of my character. My past me, and the present me.
言ったでしょ。全部思い出したって。私ヒーローが好きだった。
You know, there's a fire that's currently burning down the building. Can we move this conversation somewhere else?
もうややこしい。知らないよ。
I guess both my past and my present self aren't good at thinking. So that's why, yes. With full determination, I dash forward. Right into the flames. Without thinking about what might happen, without thinking about any consequences. Well, I am a fool after all.
嘘。
The moment before I close my eyes, I can see Kyoko's eyes widen in surprise.
うわ熱い。
Yeah, no shit, it's hot. The heat is scorching my skin, but just for a moment. In the middle of the sea of flames, I grab Sakia's body and lift her into my arms.
なん
Kyoko's voice is filled with disbelief.
そんなの何度くじけたって諦めないのがヒーローだからだよ。
Can we get out of here first?
うわーうわーすごく私っぽくない。ごめん昨夜遅くなって。
本当よ。バカだわ。アスカは。
昨夜
And in the same instant, as I call out her name in surprise, I hear the sound of water. The sprinklers above our heads have started to work, and water is raining down throughout the room. Oh, how convenient. Sakia and I are drenched, and
あ、火が
the fire started to die down.
呆れて引っ込んだようよ。京子は。
昨夜。
12年。
え？
本当に約束を守るのに12年もかかって。遅すぎだわ。
Sakia is glaring at me.
うんごめんね。でも私来たから。
まあでも約束は返してしまっているから守らなくてもよかったのだけど。
She's talking about the kiss, idiot. I don't know what she means by what she just said.
言ったでしょ。学校の屋上で返したわと。返したわ。
あれってそういう？
無理やりキスされて交わした約束なのだから、それを返すのにキスするのも当然でしょ。
そうかな。
I feel like I still have all kinds of questions. But anyway,
じゃあ今は約束はチャラになってるってこと？
ええ、そうね。
じゃあそのもう一回する？約束のチュー。
she's totally taking advantage of the situation. It's like, hey, I air quotes, saved your life. Wanna make out? I'm fidgeting as I say this a little nervously. I feel a little embarrassed, but I say it anyway, using the momentum of my earlier courage.
しないわ。また12年も待たされたら嫌
What
だ
do you
も
mean
の。
weird acapella? That acapella was great. She speaks with a cool smile on her face. She really is the one I love.
納得いかね
あ、言葉遣い。
え。ちょっとあなたたち
A nurse calls out to us from outside the room, but we ignore her because we're stupid.
しようよ。いいじゃない。
しません。
なんで？感動的な場面だよ。ここでチューするしかないよ。
嫌です。しません。ムードも何もない。
しようよ。いいじゃんいいじゃんね。
しませんったらしません。だいたい人目もあるのに。
気にしない気にしない。いいからほらチュー。
I pout my lips and go for it.
やめて。もうやめなさい。
Though Saki is asking me to stop, I can tell from her face and her voice that she doesn't mean it. Okay? That she actually wants it. When
ダメ。アスカ、離れて。
チュー。
I'm about to get stabbed in the neck, aren't I?
ダメ。
Sakia releases a painful groan and collapses to the floor.
サクヤサクヤサクヤ、しっかりして。いけない。早くドクターを呼んで。
Sakia is carried to a room on another floor. I love you, princess.
よく眠ってる。
I feel a sense of helplessness as I look at Sakia's sleeping face. She reminds me almost of a doll.
くそ、バカみたいに綺麗で可愛いな。
Meet a princess. Even at times like this, I'm obsessed by her beauty. I really am no good. I'm so fucked up. When I talk to the nurses, they tell me it's because of the organs that were transplanted from her twin sister. Though these organs functioned normally for many years, they've recently started rapidly declining. She underwent countless examinations, but the cause couldn't be found. That's why even such a light injury caused her to stay such a long time in the hospital. They also tell me that Sakia insisted on keeping this a secret from the person who always came visiting her. From me.
サクヤ、
Call out to her as she sleeps, but there's no sign of her waking up. In fact, I probably shouldn't wake her up right now.
廊下出てるね。
No, she's physically dying. I don't think a kiss can wake her up from that. I say so in a quiet voice to avoid waking her up, and I leave the room for the hallway. I sit down on the sofa in the hallway and take a deep breath. I don't know what to think. I don't even know what to feel. My mind is just completely blank. I reach into my pocket and pick out the wrinkled, folded pages of the diary. I unfold the pages and stare at them.
これが関係あるのかな。
I stare at what's written on the pages. It's so hard to understand and to accept. I catch myself checking again and again whether I've really read it correctly, but however many times I reread it, the content still remains the same.
抜け子
Hearing Miss Itsuki's voice, I look up and see her running in this direction. Next to her is one of the servants of the Takeda family.
お姉ちゃん。
Nao is with them as well. I didn't contact her, so maybe Miss Itsuki did? I quickly cram the diary pages back into my pocket and stand up.
いつきさん、なおちゃん。
昨夜は
なんか寝てるから様子見るなら静かにね。
分かった。
Miss Itsuki and the servant exchange glances before entering the room.
なおちゃんはここにいるよ。昨夜さんは心配だけど、お姉ちゃんだって心配だもん。ありがとう。座ろう、お姉ちゃん。うん。
Kiss some Campbell soup. You gotta get that chunky soup. On Nao's suggestion, we sit down on the sofa.
大丈夫？多分私は平気。聞いてもよかったら教えてくれないかな。
I think to myself how sweet it is of Nao to ask me in such a considerate way.
あのね。
I tell her what happened, one thing at a time.
そっか。大変だったね。そうかな。そうかも。超大変だった。咲夜さん、何事もないといいね。大丈夫だよ。きっと。
I say this more as a prayer than with any real conviction. Having said this, we keep on sitting silently for a while. Ms. Itsuki and the servant have been in the room for quite a while now.
長いな。
Just as I'm thinking this, the door of the room opens up. Ms. Itsuki and the servant come into the hallway.
抜け子。昨夜目覚ました。あんた呼んでる。話がしたいって。二人きりにしてくれってさ。どうぞ。
二人。お姉ちゃん。わかった。
I nod and stand up. I move towards the door as if changing shifts with Miss Itsuki. Just as I pass her,
あいつさ。
Miss Itsuki speaks to me with a trace of amusement in her voice.
一言も謝らなかったよ。私からあんたに出戻ったこと。それどころか、これからもアスカともどもよろしく。だってさ。ひどい女だよな。
Miss Itsuki is speaking with a smile on her face.
ま、戻れって言ったの、私だし。姫のこと、頼んだ。
I nod, open the door, and enter the room.
アスカ、
Sakia calls my name right as I come in.
咲夜。
ごめんなさい。まだ起きられないの。
気分はどう？
悪くないわ。いつきに言いたい放題言ったからかしらね。
ひどい女だって言ってた
Yeah, how do
よ。
you feel after inhaling all of that fucking smoke?
否定しないわ。お互い様だと言っておいて。
わかった。
聞いたのね。私の体のこと。
Looks like Sakia can tell from my face exactly what I know. I can't help but nod.
そう。隠していてごめんなさい。本当、ひどい女ね。私。
でも綺麗だよ。
フォローになっていないわ、それ。ねえ、アスカ。私の部屋で何か見つかった？
I find myself lost for words at Sakia's sudden inquiry. She's seen right through me.
見つかったのね。日記のページが。
I won't be able to fool her.
ベッドの下に丸まって落ちてた。
やっぱり京子が隠したのね、あの夜。
She's talking about the night when I went to Sakia's room, when I met Kyoko on my way out.
見せて。
それは
見せたくないの？アスカはもう読んでいるということ？
I can't bring myself to answer. I don't want to answer.
なら当ててみせましょうか。
Wait, I remember. Instantly and instinctively, I have a bad feeling about this. Let me guess. Sakia said this, she smiled. Her smile was so charming it seemed almost like the smile of a goddess. So gentle, warm, fleeting and beautiful. Yes, so beautiful that it almost didn't seem to be of this world.
まるで星の光。
本当は亡くなったのは私。この体は京子のもの。
What a twist! Her voice sounds pure and soft.
母はそう書いているはずよ。
知ってたの？
I remind myself of what was written in her mother's diary. After the fire at the facility, she adopted one of the young girls. The name of this girl was Kyoko. Right after the fire, she had received organ transplants from her twin sister. After that, Sakia's consciousness awoke inside Kyoko's body. On Kyoko's request, Sakia's mother changed the girl's, her daughter's name to Sakia.
確信を持ったのはついさっきよ。
さっき？
京子はね、私のことが大好きなの。大切にしていつだって守ろうとしてくれていたわ。アスカと同じで。
京子が？
もし私が本当に私なら、京子が私を傷つけようなんて思うはずがない。
嘘。でもそれだけで？
それだけで十分なの。私たちには。きっと京子がアスカを私に近づけまいとしていたのは、私に真実を知らせないためでもあったのだと思うわ。そうね、嫉妬もあったでしょうけれど。
Her voice is filled with affection. Hearing Sakia talk about Kyoko, I can clearly feel the trust and love she has for her. Though she was the one who put her in this dangerous situation.
施設が火に包まれている。
Alright, Leaf. I hate you. What is that and why did you do that? Sakia speaks quietly, and her eyes seem to be focused somewhere far off in the distance. But why would I want that? Ah, jeez. Like, the derp is one thing, and those sideways blinking eyes are another, but what the fuck? What? Whatever. You know what they say about a guy with big hands? But what do they say about girls with big hands? The expression she always wears when she's talking about something really important.
京子はね、私を守ろうとしてくれたの。でも、
Crab
そのため
cat.
に施設の職員を何人も殺めてしま
Not
う。
a cat. I'm a big cat, which is better than regular cats.
それを目の当たりにした私は、ショックで力を暴走させた。それが周囲の危機を狂わせ、出火し、施設を消失させた。
I really want to understand what Sakia is saying, but my mind can't keep up. Yeah, we're almost done with this. We're at the climax, I think. Or... yeah. Sakia's power's going out of control, setting the facility on fire. No, I'm not a pussy. I'm a big cat. Pussy cats are different.
私は死ぬわ。え？いいえ、もう死んでいるのだから、その言い方は変ね。
待って、ダメだよそんなの。
真実に気づいてしまったのだから、それが自然なことよ。
そうだよ、看護師になるって。
それもあるけれど、その夢はアスカに託すからいいわ。
Sakia pauses in a bit of a strange spot.
あなたのお嫁さんになりたかった。
Her words take me totally off guard. The wish of hers takes me so much by surprise. I couldn't have even imagined it in the slightest. But her words are reaching deeply into my heart. This wish of hers is so like Sakia. So adorable. Tears come rushing forth, almost like an explosion.
それが私が生まれて初めて持った 一番最初の
Surprise, happiness, and sadness. So many different feelings are flowing through my being.
それが私の星だったわ。
I think of the starry sky, the spacious starry sky above our heads as we kissed when we were little. That one night from a distant past, I remember the countless stars in the sky.
星空に手を伸ばしているんだ。あてもなく昨夜も伸ばしていたんだ、手を。
ね、アスカ。
え、
キスしてもらえる？
Her voice sounds very solemn, almost as if she's begging me.
なんでそんな風に言うの？するよ、キスくらい、何度でも、いつでも。
いいえ、最後のキスよ。
なんでそんな風に言うの？
There's a cool expression on Sakuya's face, as if she's totally fine with the idea of dying, of disappearing. It's me, only me, whose mind and emotions are in a whirl of chaos. You okay? Okay.
なんでそんな風に言えるの？
The heartburn? Okay.
アスカ。
I embrace the happiness and sadness both at the same time. Our lips meet in a kiss, and then...
昨夜、唇震えてる。
They're shaking so faintly that I wouldn't have realized it without touching them. I withdraw my face. Nothing. I just wanted to at you.
アスカ。
Sakia calls my name as she puts her index finger to my lips to stop me from speaking.
最後にもう一つだ
Are
け。
you at the getting drunk part of the night yet, or are you still working?
何？何でも聞くよ、昨夜のお願いなら。
京子のことよろしく頼むわ。
Alright, good luck, Leaf.
京子。
ええ、京子を説得して腎臓の再移植を受けさせてほしいの。
Her kidney. Sakia's kidney.
再移植。でもどうやって？
もちろん愛で。
愛？いや、無理だよ無理。私だってそうだし、私京子に嫌われてるし。
I don't like her and she hates me.
何を言っているの？しょっちゅう私に見とれていたくせに。この顔は京子のものよ。あ、そう考えるとそもそもアスカが好きなのは。
そこ突っ込むのはやめて。私が好きなのは昨夜だもん。
ありがとう。
Sakia smiles.
京子なら大丈夫よ。わかるの。一つの命を分け合った双子の姉妹だもの。
いや。
Sakia suddenly closes her eyes just as if she's falling asleep.
昨夜寝たの？
I reach out to touch her face.
はんかぶっ。
She just bit me on my finger. Me and Princess. Feel a sharp pain in my finger and I'm completely confused.
じゃない、京子。
触らないでもらえる？私と昨夜の
Our
体に
body.
不快だわ。
京子。
出て行って。聞こえていたわ。私は再移植なんて受けない。私は昨夜と一緒に行くの。
ちょっと待って。
出て行って。
She throws a pillow at me at the same time she yells this, hitting me right in the face.
あなたが あなたのせいで昨夜は
The next thing flying towards me is a cup.
危な裏切り者人殺し出て行って
Many things are being thrown at me, one after another. I rush out of the door and close it behind me.
危なかった。
何やってんだあんた。
お姉ちゃんどうしたの？いや物がビュンビュン飛んできてね、説得どころじゃないっていうか。腎臓の再移植手術拒んでるんだって。昨夜じゃなくて京子がなんていうか。
I'm thinking to myself how it would be difficult to explain even if I started at the beginning.
いや、わかってる。その辺は。
そうなんだ。
知ったのはつい最近。昨夜が入院してからだけどね。京子から連絡あってさ、今からでも遅くない。大幸飛鳥の排除に協力しろって。断ったら、私まで裏切り者扱いだよ。
断ったんだ。
もう昨夜は選んでたからな。だったら、私はそれを尊重する。姫に仕える忠実なしもべとして。
Though Itsuki is saying this jokingly, it must not have been easy for her.
なおはここに来る途中、五木さんから聞いて。
多分こういう話になるだろうって思ったから、一人だけ分かってないやつがいても面倒だろ。
Now things have come to this, it doesn't make sense to keep things secret anymore.
そっか。
で、今はその辺はどうでもいいか。それで、京子が再移植を嫌がってて。
昨夜に説得してくれって頼まれて。
そうすると自分は消えるっていうのに。まあ。
There's admiration as well as shock in Miss Itsuki's voice.
それでこそ、私が惚れた姫だけど。
Miss Itsuki laughs as she says this, and I don't feel any regret from her. But I guess behind that front there must be quite some pain, suffering, and resignation. I know this in my mind, but still.
平気そうだね、五木さんは。すごいな。
What's this feeling? I can't explain it, and I can sense a feeling welling up inside my being which I can't explain. I think we covered that already, and I can't stop it. Feeling a sense of hostility and anger towards Itsuki welling up.
ああ、すごいってなんだよ。
再移植受けたら昨夜はいなくなっちゃう。死んじゃうんだよ。なのにさ、五木さんは平気なんだね。それでこそ私が惚れた姫なんてのろけみたいなこと言えちゃうんだ。クールだね。かっこいいよね。そりゃモテるよね。待って待って、お姉ちゃん言ってること変だよ。
おい、抜け子。
五木さんも待って、ちょっと待って。
Now stops Miss Itsuki, who's coming at me, probably fuming and intending to punch me in the face or something like that. And then now looks at me. She looks at me with blame in her eyes, an expression which is very rare for her towards me.
落ち着いてよ、お姉ちゃん。今のはお姉ちゃんが悪いよ。だって
妹に感謝しろよ。ボッコボコにしてるとこだぞ、今
Oh,
の。
please kick my ass, Itsuki. There's an exasperated look on Miss Itsuki's face as she says this.
たく、お前は何者だよ、大幸飛鳥。いろいろあるんだろうけどさ、お前は今看護学生。卵とはいえ、医療に携わる側の人間だろうが、どちらにしろ、昨夜は助からない。だったら最善を尽くすなら、再移植を受けさせて、京子だけは助けるしかない。
Miss Itsuki has never looked at me with such serious eyes before.
そう、昨夜にも頼まれたんだろうが。
昨夜に頼まれた。
You're just unlucky, Mitsuno. I want you to look after Kyoko.
最後のお願い。
My eyes start overflowing with tears.
何にしろ私に手伝えることはない。今言ったけど京子には私も裏切り者扱いされてるから。
なおも多分役に立てないと思う。お姉ちゃんでなきゃ。
They can scold me, but not help me, huh? Though they're smarter than me, I'm kinda disappointed.
お姉ちゃん、咲夜さんがこっそり同意書にサインするのはダメなの？それはしたくないんじゃないかな。
Kyoko is very dear to Sakuya. Their body, their life. She feels they rightfully belong to Kyoko. I think she doesn't want to force Kyoko into anything just because of her own circumstances. That's why she said what she said. That's why she's counting on me.
でもハードル高すぎだよ。
ま、京子はあんたのこと果てしなく嫌ってっかんね。
人ごとみたいに。
で、あんたはどう背にしてぼーっとしてるだけ？何の解決にもならないぜ。
ともかく。
It's true that standing here isn't going to change anything. I have to do something.
よし、中に戻る。
I don't have any strategy in mind. I'm just going in on guts alone.
頑張って。
しっかりやりな。
I nod at their support. I turn around, open the door, and rush forward into the room once more.
入ってくるなと言ったでしょ。わあ、なんか変な機械飛んできた。
I have to escape.
何やってんだか。
She's throwing shit at me. What do you want?
いや、ちょっと。
Itsuki regards me with a mix of shock and irritation, and I have nothing to say in my defense.
京子は私を嫌ってる。当然か。昔約束守れなかったし。
But Sakuya is counting on me.
最後のお願いって。だったら。叶えたい。全力で。
And besides,
くそ。なんか腹立ってきた。お姉ちゃん？京子だって咲夜のこと大事なはずなのに、なんで咲夜のお願い聞こうとしないんだろう。わからずや。
yes, I'm officially angry.
よし。だったら。
I brace myself once more.
もう一回行ってくる。こうなったらちょっとくらい怪我してもいいや。
お、そうか。頼んだぜ。
Miss Itsuki's voice sounds a bit different than usual. It's almost as if she believes in me. It could be my imagination. It's okay, even if it is.
大幸あすか、行ってまいります。
Once again, I rush into the hospital room.
かかってこい。
I rush into the room with my eyes closed. I rush forward without fear of things being thrown at me, without fear of even being knocked down. But I hear Kyoko crying and nothing is flying in my direction.
京子。
I carefully open my eyes.
行かせて。咲夜と一緒に行かせて。
Kyoko's voice is filled with sorrow.
咲夜のいない世界に意味なんてないの。だから行かせて。
Hearing Kyoko's emotional voice, my determination is completely blown away. In a single instant, almost shamefully easily. Because it's just...
だって。
Because I understand so deeply where Kyoko is coming from.
だって。私だって。
Because I've had the same feelings as her.
京子。
もうアスカなんて知らない。咲夜がいなくなるんだからどうでもいい。そっとしておいて。私に近づかないで。
I understand how she feels. I understand it so much. So I'm lost for words as to what to say to her anymore. Putting myself in her shoes, I have no idea what I could say to her.
咲夜の最後の願い。 ずるいよ、昨夜。あなたのこと、こんなに大好きな私たちに。あなたのいない世界でも生きろだなんて。
Hey man, that's life. That's so unfair. But if I complained about that to Sakia, she'd probably just say,
ええ、私はずるい女よ。それが
Zuruiya, Zuruiya, da 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 ba da 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 da. I even feel like she'd say that with a completely cool expression. Why did I fall in love with such a person? So intense, so scary, so intent on getting things her way.
大好き。結婚しよう。
I almost don't even realize myself that I'm saying this. Kyoko looks at me with tear-filled eyes.
今何を言ったの？
結婚しようって言った。
The expression on Kyoko's face is a mix of surprise, disturbance, and antipathy. I keep silent and wait for her reply.
それは誰に向けて言ったの？ポワンとクリッとセーブしました。
We're gonna do the bad ending first.
とクリッ。
昨夜だよ。それ以外誰がいるの？
I'm also sad that Sakia is going to disappear. I also feel that a world without Sakia will lose its meaning. I want to be with her forever. I don't want to go on without her.
だってそれが好きってことだ。
Even so, we were separated for such a long time. Even though we got to meet again, I wasn't even aware of it. And now, just when we've been reunited, in the truest sense...
京子のことなんて知らない。知らないよ。
Damn. Like, alright, Kyoko, fuck off. Tears are rolling down my cheeks.
私は昨夜が好きなだけだもん。結ばれるなら昨夜がいいもん。
Kyoko is silent, and I can't even guess what she's thinking. I drop my gaze onto the floor. My vision's blurred by my tears. Everything I look at looks distorted.
バカね。
Her voice sounds soft and gentle. And then,
よいしょ。
carrying Sakia in my arms like the princess she is, I open the door to the school's rooftop and step outside.
気持ちいい風。
The sky looks almost crystal blue, and there's a pleasant, refreshing wind blowing across the rooftop.
ねえ昨夜、いいお天気だね。
I step forward to the center of the rooftop. Sakia was the one who said this rooftop would be nice if we were going to have a ceremony.
でも誰にも見つからずにここまで来るの。
I mutter this to myself in an earnest tone. We're dressed like this after all, and I couldn't ask anyone for any help. If I had asked, they would have definitely opposed the idea. Or maybe Nao or Miss Itsuki might not have actually opposed it. But still, they couldn't possibly talk about it.
じゃそろそろ始めよっか。
This is my secret wedding ceremony with Sakuya.
一応ね、ちゃんと調べて覚えてきたんだよ。えへん。
I'm pretty proud of myself.
5本。では、なんだっけ。
I remember the lines of the marriage vows, which I stayed up all night memorizing. That was a close one. I thought I'd already forgotten.
汝、大幸あすか、健やかなる時も、やめる時も、止める時も、貧しき時も、常に伴侶に寄り添い、微笑みを絶やさず、永遠の愛を持って支え合うことを誓いますか。
The sun is the only presence bearing witness to us, but that's enough.
はい、誓います。
I declare my love openly and honestly.
でもやっぱり照れるね、こういうの。
I laugh a little. And next,
汝、武田咲也、健やかなる時も、やめる時も、止める時も、貧しき時も、常に伴侶に寄り添い、微笑みを絶やさず、永遠の愛を持って支え合うことを誓いますか。
My heart is beating fast and I wait for just a moment. But Sakia doesn't answer.
なくたって平気。答えは分かってるもん。
Sakia's eyes are closed as if she's sleeping. I look at her and her dress.
綺麗だよ。咲夜。
She really does.
でも
I look up at the blue sky.
さすがに指輪用意できなかったし、立ち会いの人いないし、誓いの文句済ませたらもうやることないな。
I look at Sakia.
咲夜と一緒ならそれだけでいいんだけどね。
There's nothing else I could wish for.
それにしても驚いたな。咲夜は気づいてた？なおちゃんといつきさんがいつの間にかいい感じになってたこと。
I've been so focused on Sakia that I haven't been paying attention to the two of them. Though they probably wouldn't admit it themselves. I get the feeling that soon they'll probably start dating each other for real though. Call it a woman's intuition.
あ、そうだ、思い出した。
I'm suddenly reminded of something.
誓いの文句の後はキスだよね。
Saying this, I cover Sakia's lips with mine. I kiss her. Even in this sunlight, Sakia's lips feel nice and cool. I feel happy. I laugh bashfully as I stare at Sakia's face from the side. I stare at her intently. The face of the girl I love so much.
ずっと一緒にいてね、咲夜。話さないからね。
We were separated for more than 10 years. All this time, the distance between us was so far. But right now, she's so close by. I feel Sakia is so close to me.
ずっと一緒にいよう。
But what do you mean by forever? I feel as if someone just asked me this. I wonder, maybe it could have been the voice of God. If that's so. Openly and without hesitation, I thrust my chest forward and reply boldly to the sky above.
永遠の愛を誓ったんだから決まってるよ。この命尽きるまで。
No, that won't be enough.
この命。
We won't be separated, never, until the end of time. You ever marry a corpse?
白衣性愛情依存症。
I like that. That was Kyoko, air quotes, saying that. Alright, now let's do the good ending.
京子だよ。
Sakia told me to do it with love.
あなたおかしくなった。
そうかもしんない。
私はあなたが嫌いなのよ。分かってるでしょ。
私だって嫌いだよ。
I'm not sure if this is love. I get the feeling that it might be something else. And if it were love, I wouldn't be sure towards what or whom. What is love? In the first place.
変だわ。意味がわからない。
咲夜が、私の大好きな咲夜があなたをよろしく頼むって言ったの。勝手な話だけどね。でも大好きな咲夜の言うことだから頼まれることにしたの。
アスカ、あなた。
20-second stream delay? Oh, jeez. That's not too bad, actually.
咲夜のいない世界で生きる大変さは私もわかる。だから私が支える。ずっと嫌っててもいいよ。私の残りの一生をあなたにあげる。これはその証。
I repeat myself once more.
結婚しよう。
Hey, Sakia, this might indeed be very crazy, but
でもね、案外うまくいくかもしんないよ。
because after all, we are similar. We both love Sakia so dearly, and we both feel so much sorrow to see Sakia disappearing. We even share our hatred for each other.
あー、やっぱりすごく苦労するかな。するよね。
Yes. And And then...
よし、着いた。
Today is a day off, and a taxi has just brought us to the front gate of the school. I quickly pay the driver and step outside.
お姉ちゃん。
Since I contacted her in advance, Now is waiting for us.
すっごく綺麗。似合ってるよ。
出迎えありがとう。なお。
Sakia steps out of the taxi after me.
咲夜さんも素敵。二人並ぶとすごい映えるね。頑張って選びましたから。
Yes, it did take a while.
よかったね、お姉ちゃん。咲夜さん。
そうね。
なおちゃん。
I can't suppress tears of happiness to see Now smiling at us so brightly. What should I even say at a time like this to Now, my beloved super sweet sister? Being her super no good jellyfish for an older sister, I don't know. So that's why.
ありがとね、なおちゃん。もう泣かないの、お姉ちゃん。せっかく素敵なんだから。だって
仕方ないわね、アスカは。なお、いつきは？
さっきまでここにいたんだけど、そろそろ来るかなってなったら教室にいるって言っちゃった。まだ教室じゃないかな。
そう。
よかったら会って言ってあげて。
Aw.
素直じゃないんだから。
でもよかったわ。京子が再移植に同意してくれて。プロポーズなんて強引な手で説得するとは思ってなかったけれど。
いやー、なんていうか、
It was the heat of the moment. I scratch my head, embarrassed.
それで京子はやっぱり出てこないの？
ええ、昨べもたくさん話したのだけれど、絶対に嫌だと言って聞かなかったわ。
嫌われてるな。
そうかもしれないわね。
その割に式はあげろ式はあげろってすごいうるさかったし、ドレス選びの時もそりゃあもう。
My mind floats back into the memory. Several catalogs are spread across the surface of the bed.
これなんていいんじゃない？
いやいやいや、ちょっと待ってくださいよ。セクシーすぎますって。
That's too sexy?
ミニスカで足ドーンって出てるし、背中なんかバーンって開いてるし、ほら胸元も。いいえ、好きっていうのはもっと神聖なもので。
口うるさいわね。花嫁衣装にケチつけるようでは長続きしないわよ。
私も花嫁なんですが。
じゃあこっちなんてどうかしら。華やかでいいと思うわ。
Glamorous.
うわ、ゴージャス。キンキラド派手。待って待って、こんなの私似合わないよ。衣装に負けちゃう。
昨夜には似合うわ。イコール私にもだけれど。
この人昨夜のことしか考えてない。私への配慮は。
あら、するわけないでしょ。貧相な庶民はドレスに着られていればいいのよ。
Damn.
情けようじゃなし。
私は昨夜さえ輝いてくれればいいの。キラキラとね。
星のように。
夜空にひときわ大きく強く輝く一等星のようにね。
うん。ねえ京子、
何？
式やっぱり出る気ないの？私と昨夜でって。
ええ、そこは譲る気はないわ。とはいえ結局ドレスはアスカが選んだのでしょ。
Sakia's voice pulls me back to the present.
うん。まあ貧相な庶民である私にも似合うラインでね、選ばせてもらいました。
うんうん、素敵よ、とても。
どうもどうも。
うわ、違和感バリバリ。
第一声がいきなりそれか。失敬な。
だってその格好で病院から来たの？タクシー乗って？
ええ、私が言ったの。せっかくだからって。
バカップル、驚いてただろ、タクシーの運転手。
どうだったかしら。私は気にしていなかったから。
まあそれなりに驚いてたかな。
ま、似合ってるか似合ってないかで言えば似合ってる、二人とも。
ありがとう、いつき。
綺麗だよ、昨夜。
私は
うん、綺麗綺麗、似合ってる。
おざなりだ。私って一体。
いつきとなおも早く切れるといいわね。
お、
やめろ、最近会うたびその話だな。私と大幸妹は何もないよ。
そうかしら。アスカはどう思う？
いや、まあ二人の相性がいいとはなかなか思えないかな。
Although, it's true that Nao has started talking about Miss Itsuki much more recently. Most of what she says is negative, mind you.
ほら、
そう、いいわ。私の勘は当たるから。二人の式に立ち会えないことだけが心残りよ。
There's some sadness in Sakia's voice.
安心しな、100まで生きたってねえから。
じゃあ、そういうことにしておきましょうか。ひとまず。
たく、言った言った。あ、大原先生、実習室で1年の自主練見てるらしいから。挨拶してったら、骨折ってもらったんだろ？
学校の屋上を使わせてほしいって言ったらいろいろしてくれたみたい。
そうね。私もお礼を言っておかなくては。
行こっか。
As we leave the classroom, we can hear Miss Itsuki calling out to us.
末永くお幸せに。
Her voice is clear and emotionless, but there's no sarcastic ring to it. The room instantly grows noisy as we step inside.
大幸さん、武田さん。しまった。そっか、1年生がいるって五木さん言ってたっけ。
みんな目を丸くしているわね。
何あの格好。
Yeah.
あれも白衣？
It's our wedding dress, dumbass. We hear all kinds of confused exclamations from the first year students. Well, this is a nursing academy after all.
いや、まあ確かに真っ白ですけど、違います。そういえば今日という話でしたね。その格好であまりあちこちの教室に入るのは。
すみません先生、すぐ行きますから。ただお礼を言いたくて。
私は別に屋上の使用許可をもらっただけですから。
That's what had happened. No one would have noticed if we had used the rooftop in secret, and no one would have been angry about it. But it was Sakia's opinion that we should go through the proper channels for an occasion like this.
ありがとうございました先生。
いえいえ、でも本気だったんですね、学校でって。はい、昨夜の希望で。
私はこの学校を卒業できそうにないので、せめてと。お手数かけてすみません。
Sakia won't be going to school anymore. That's because Kyoko has no wish to become a nurse.
先生、武田さんはいい看護師になると思っていたんですけど。
いえ、それは私の分までアスカが頑張ってくれますから心配してません。
うわ、プレッシャー。
あら、期待に応えてくれないのかしら。
答えますとも。バッチコーイ。頼もしいですね。
ええ、アスカは私の星ですから。
I think everyone must be like a star in the night sky for someone.
それでは入場。パパパパーン、パパパパーン。
I hum the famous wedding melody. I pull Sakia by the hand onto the rooftop. The sky is pleasantly clear and the wind is gentle, and we have a great view of the townscape. The nightingale statue is standing in front of us. It's the statue which is usually located in the auditorium which holds the flame of the candle service during the capping ceremony. Right now, the statue is kindly looking down on us.
絶好の結婚式日和ね。
And she's not a corpse this time.
あるんだ、そんな日和。うん、でもそんな感じ。
でしょ？よかったわ。晴れてくれて。
あ、私ちゃんと誓いの言葉を覚えてきたんだ。
いらないわ。そんなもの。そばにいて触れ合っていられればいいの。アスカを感じられれば。
咲夜。
そして誓って。
誰の？
もちろん京子。
Since Sakia will disappear,
それと私への。大丈夫。これは二股には入らないわ。
うん。
I'm reminded of Sakia's trembling lips from our kiss at the hospital.
もう怖くないの。本当よ。うん。幸せだわ。
うん。私も。
The new transplant has been scheduled for next week. But Sakia's consciousness, her soul might not even make it until then. Sakia said so herself. She probably knows better than anyone.
悲しみがないと言えば嘘になる。けど。
But I'm not scared.
幸せだよ。私も。これからもずっと幸せ。京子のことは私に任せて。
頼もしいわ。
The sky above our heads seems almost crystal blue.
咲夜。
アスカ。
大幸アスカは全身全霊全力で永遠の愛を誓うよ。京子と咲夜に。
もう一度私だけに。
咲夜に誓うよ。
誓うわ。私も。
Sakia smiles at me brilliantly. And then we kiss each other to seal our pledge. Our lips part and we smile at each other. The sky above our heads seems almost crystal blue. The world of stars beyond that sky. The far, far away world of stars.
咲夜の魂はあそこに行くのかな。
As I'm thinking this, I hold my beloved feeling the heat within her body. And that is Nurse Love Addiction. It's true, you missed it, but you can always catch the VOD on YouTube. That I'm pretty sure there's an after credits scene. Many years later.
いい天気だね。散歩日和。
お昼寝日和と言いたいわね。私は家でゴロゴロしてたかった。もうこんなこと言ってうるさなんだから。
You came just at the end of the game, Liz. I hope you had a great stream. It's not hentai, unfortunately.
ちゃんと散歩に付き合っているのだからいいでしょ。
Walking in between Kyoko and me is our cute little daughter, because apparently 2 women can have a baby together in this universe. We're going on a family stroll today. Though it always takes a lot of effort to get Kyoko out of the house.
しょうがないな、京子は。
Lizzie boy with 15 months of subscribing, thank you. You're so kind. I hope you had a great stream. What were you playing? What were you doing? I think I saw you playing Apex, right? I smile wryly. Then I talk to our beloved daughter.
いつもの公園行こっか。それともどっか新しいところに足伸ばしてみる？
そうね。新規開拓も悪くないわね。
Our daughter says this with a composed expression. She's brimming with enthusiasm. It's so adorable.
ほら、こっちよ、アスカ。
一応ママって言ってほしいな。アスカママとか。
立場上はそうなのでしょうけど、私にとってアスカはアスカよ。
Our daughter says this as if it was obvious. Right, I had forgotten. This girl, for her, I will always be Asuka.
いやー、でも何年経っても不思議。生まれ変わりって本当にあるんだね。
So yeah,
昨夜
we had a baby, and it's the soul of our dead lover and twin sister. Yeah! It's my beloved Sakuya. My stubborn, obstinate, and determined beloved. Yes, this is what I meant, Mitsuno. The girl I promised my eternal love to.
この私に不可能などないわ。たやすいことよ。
She somehow made her way back to us as the daughter of Kyoko and myself.
必要なら神の摂理すら負けてみせる。それが私。
She's making herself sound even more like a big shot than before. Though, maybe because of her young age still, she's not that verbally adept yet.
奇跡かしらね。愛の力と言いなさい。
Power of love!
すごい説得力。
そうかしら。そんなことよりアスカと京子がうまくいった方が驚きよ。頼んだのは私だけれど。
大変だったよ。
いろいろあったわね。
正直殺されかけたことも何度か。
ちょっとじゃれただけよ。
あれのどこが？
What, is it a real relationship if your woman doesn't threaten to kill you a couple of times? I think so to myself, but I don't say it out loud. I'm not sure whether it's a divine miracle or the power of love, but the truth of the matter is that Sakuya is here by my side right now somehow. When I think about that, I can forgive all of it.
バラを。
Sakuya takes us both by the hand and pulls us onward.
さて、そろそろ決めてもらわなくてはいけないわね。もちろん、私と京子、どちらをより愛しているかよ。
What the fuck?
残念だけど、私よ。あなたがいない何年かの間に、それだけのものを育んだもの。
そう言われると確かに。
どうかしら。アスカが先に好きになったのは私だし、式を挙げたのも私とよ。
それもそうで難しいな。
So who do you love more? Your daughter that's also your wife's sister, or your wife who is the was inhabiting or had her body inhabited by the soul of your wife's sister? This is pretty schizo. This is such a difficult situation. I'm totally lost for what to say. Sakuya and Kyoko are staring right at me.
アスカ
What a problem, what a problem. But I don't think I could wish for a more fantastic problem than this. A lolly and a MILF fighting over me? So,
いやー幸せだね。
あ、 ごまかした。ごまかしたわね。
So,
笑おう。
Sakia pulls both of us onward by the hand. We're like 3 happily connected stars. Forever and ever. Under the warm sunlight. And that is the story of Nurse Love Addiction. Obviously, a lot weirder than the first one. And I don't know if there's ever gonna be a third one, but if there is, I really hope there is. Because it's really interesting and really weird. And I like it a lot. So thank you so much, everybody, for joining us on the final episode of Nurse Love Addiction. Tomorrow afternoon, I will be back with something. I don't know what just yet. And then tomorrow evening, in order to prepare the way for the upcoming Basho, I plan on either watching that 3.5 hour long video or just watching highlights or sumo or something. I don't know. I want to do something kind of sumo related so we can get in the mood. Oh, actually, we could probably watch the Dohyo Matsuri, which is it's the ceremony that takes place where they Gyoji purify the Dohyo in preparation for the upcoming Basho. So yes, that is going to be it from me. We are going to be rating a good buddy of ours in Lily Hops, everybody's little sister. She is currently playing Unpacking, which, I mean, you know, I played Unpacking a couple of weeks ago here in my apartment, and now she's playing it online, so whatever works. And she seems to be having fun with it, so I hope you guys will have fun with it as well. I'll be back tomorrow, and I will catch you cats later.